Well, alrighty, fellas, let's try this one more time. I would love to do a long stream today. I'd love to be here for a long time, make a ton of progress. Sorry about that, fellas, man. We should be back. It's okay. I'm gonna plant a big batch of leppas here in a quick sec. Thank you guys. I can't thank you guys enough for your patience, and I hope to reward your patience today by sticking around. I want to stream for a long time today. I want to hang out for a long time. Thank you for your patience, man. I'm honored for those who come back. I know it's a pain in the butt when you see those disconnects, and I almost want to make a post. Like, I feel bad for all of the like pings people get, and like that's annoying, you know. So I just can't apologize enough, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully things smooth out here. All right, let's go. Okay, let's continue though. Let's go ahead and plant our Leppa. I'm gonna plant a full thing of Leppas right now. So we're gonna do plain bitter, plain sweet, very spicy. We're gonna do a full batch, full fucking batch of Leppas. Where's my phone? I'm gonna set a timer on my phone. I do that, and I usually set a timer on multiple things as well. I'm gonna go ahead and set a, what is it? It's at 11 p.m. We'll do a 10-hour timer. Awesome. Okay, that will line up well enough. We only get to do a batch of Leppas every 3 or 4 days or so. So it is special. It is a big deal to be able to do this. Like, and it's a big haul. Like, each batch of Leppas represents like 1,000, like 900 to 1,000 more Leppas. So, okay, honestly, we could run some math. Like, run some math, you know? Yes, thank you for coming back and asking again, Luke. I farm Leppas every day for money. Is it better to farm Leppas seeds for money or the actual Leppas? From my understanding, the actual Leppas. The reason I'm doing what I'm doing is because I'm an IronMan account, so I can't buy the seeds off the GTL. I can't just go, you know, I'm an account that, it's a challenge account where I can't trade or use the GTL. That's the only reason why I don't just farm for profit in the normal way, you know? It's a great question. From my understanding, just buying the seeds and farming Leppas, like, you can self-sustain farm, but I don't even think it's better profit. I could be wrong, but usually people will use like multiple accounts to sustain farm as well. Okay, there we go. If I lock in a bit as well, we can go a bit faster. How do I invest into something? I mean, the way you invest into something is just by buying it when it's low and selling it when it's high, right? Or like trying to find the timing. I will say the beginner investment advice I would give is I wouldn't recommend investing outside of event season, because it's really easy to do something, make a mistake, you know? Yeah, buy high, sell low. Yeah. You want to investing during event season is typically the best way, because it's like really hard for it to go wrong. It's investing on easy mode. Event, yeah, event season. Do you mean like, okay, are you saying event question mark as in today's catch event question mark, or as in like what is event season question mark? I'll try to do both. Today's catch event should be linked first thing in the YouTube description. I'll try to pin it in Twitch chat in a sec as well. And then event season we refer to is the Halloween event, the Christmas event, and the Lunar New Year event. So there's 3 events that happen between October and usually February in PokeMMO, and that's when a bunch of new vanities come into the game, new sealed product, tons of new things, you know. No recollection of, yeah, making investments during event season is just ideal. It's when those things come out. It's at the bottom out prices. I've covered a lot about I've covered a lot of investments and a lot of things in the recent stream. If you watch the stream recaps every day, I've talked a lot about recently about certain items and good investments, like the mystery boxes recently. Cover a lot of that in the stream recap. I try to cover like a new investment or at least some sort of item in their market history every single day. Yes. Yup. Atticus J nailed it. If you're a new player, yeah, it's not worth investing unless you, like, in my opinion, unless you can put a bunch into it. Like, investing is a long-term thing, you know? Investing is a really, really long-term thing, and you gotta have patience and stuff. You can make short-term gains, but that's, you know, you wouldn't bank on it, right? I play not long, so can I get good stuff today? Like at the catch event, you have a chance to win some free reward points or things. Yeah, what's up, BBN? Yeah, I wanted to just go live early today. I was like, fuck, I went live at like 10 a.m. honestly, but I've already crashed twice, sadly, but that just means the crashing is out of the way, okay? I've been waking up a bit earlier. I've been waking up at like 8:30 a.m. So like, I woke up, showered, prepped for stream. Now I'm here. I want to play PokeMMO, you know? It's like I'm excited. The closer we get to, even though I'm behind on my prep work, and that kind of makes me sad, I'm not nearly as prepped as I would like to be, right? It's still, what's the word? I'm still excited. Like the more we get, the closer we get to Shiny Wars, the more and more excited I am, dude. What's up, J Rated? What's up, man? Happy to have you, dude. What's up? What's up? I was doing the calculator up to calculate if I do one batch of Leppas every 5 days, think of it like, okay, or every 4 days, let's do 5 days to give me some days off, okay? Let's say theoretically Shiny Wars is in 2 months. Is that probably right? Probably, right? Shiny Wars will most likely, we don't know for sure, obviously. I'm from Germany, and the German guys are so toxic. I'm sorry to hear you've had that experience. There's bad apples, you know, all over there's bad apples everywhere. There are people who, you know, unfortunately, there's something that happens in almost any hobby, but especially like complex, deep hobbies like MMOs. There's something that I call the 2-year ego. When you're a new player or a new person to a hobby, you're like, oh my goodness, I have so much to learn, right? And then when you've done something for 2 years, you're like, I know everything. Everyone who doesn't know stuff is an idiot and bothers me, right? And then you do something for like 4 to 5 years, and you're like, actually, holy shit, I actually have so much to learn. I just uncovered this whole new layer, you know? It's like the 10,000 hour kind of type beat where like, you should always be learning no matter how deep you are into something, but sometimes it's a very human every human is guilty of this. I've done this, you know, like I'm not trying to like shame others, but something you gotta just be aware of, right? I'm the goat. Okay, Danny is, yeah, the problem is Danny. The fucked up thing is, dude, if anybody should have an ego, it's Danny, but we gotta shut up, Danny. Danny, you're a fucking exception because you're exceptional, but you're also a nerd, so shut up. I'm just kidding. I'm toxic. You've never been toxic in my chat, Paisley. Shut up. Casual idiots. Even that, like, I don't know, like, does it like annoy me if someone comes in and asks like, hey, how do I make money in the game, when they probably should have just Googled it? It annoys me a little bit, but that's also my problem. That's my, you know, like, that person might just want a human connection, you know? It's not a big deal. It's one of those things, like, I view it as a fault of mine. I do appreciate when people Google things. Now, also as well, if someone comes in and is like, hey man, how do I make money in the game? And I go, hey man, that's a great question. I do have a ton of resources answering that if you just Google it, you know? And I do politely ask that, you know, just Google every question you have, because I've spent 5 years making videos on the game, right? Google each question you have, and then if you don't find a video or you're still confused, I would love to help you. You know, please come find me and I'll help you answer it. But if they respond to that like, oh yeah, that's super fair, like, you know, it depends on some people will respond over the, you know, we have seen like, lol, just tell me bro, or like lol, like blah blah blah. And it's that, you know, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. You kind of just gotta roll it off your shoulders, because it's the equivalent of someone writing finance books for like 20 years. And then every single convention he goes to, people ask, man, hey man, how do I make money? I know you're literally an author who has made books on how to make money for 20 years, but how do you make money? You know? And it's kind of just like, and that happens. I would bet you my life savings that happens to financial experts. People go, yeah, it's like, dude, read my books. What are you doing? You know, respect. They're for I'm a YouTuber. My books are free. That's the like, it's one thing if you can't afford the book, brother. This is YouTube. My shit is free. My guides are all free, brother. It's all free. You know, like, that's the real, you know. Everyone's got to grow in their own time. Dude, I used to be that person. I used to ask a ton of questions before Googling it myself when I was younger. I got hit with the let me Google it for you website one time. Oh, it broke my heart. I felt so embarrassed. I never do that to anybody else because it's too mean. But damn, did it wake me up and make me be like, oh shit, like, you know. Yeah, I get that. Now I will say, I hope people can respect my time and not ask, you know, I don't have to repeat the same things every day. You know, that's the reason we make the videos or whatever. The new version of that. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's, yeah, a lot of people, and like, so, well, some things do change. That's why I just remade my legendary guide, because legendaries, oh, talk about a mechanic that has changed dramatically over the past 2 years, or just 2 years, you know. Legendaries have changed so much over the past 1, 2, 3 years, you know. But yeah, I think a lot of people that come from games, and I don't say this derogatory, I think Fortnite's a fun game. I don't say this derogatory like a lot of people do. But if you come from Fortnite, where Fortnite changes its whole, I do think the Fortnitification of what's expected of games updates is really bad for new gamers' brain health. Fortnite's a fun, great game. But Fortnite is inherently fucking unbalanced, because every 3 months they change the entire map. Every 2 weeks they rotate the weapons. And the thing is, if they introduce weapons that are broken as fuck, they just rotate in 2 weeks anyway. So there's not really, like, you can't even really complain or try to balance it, because who gives a shit, you know? It's like such a throwaway like game. But MMOs aren't like that. Games with economies aren't like that. Every update, one bad update could fuck up an economy for decades, right? We had that with yeah, it's totally fine if someone wants to ask, is the video still accurate? It's fine. I do try to encourage, like, most videos, I'll try to put outdated or like have certain things, and some of itself, it's, if I say like, oh, Johto's around the corner, you can, you know, you can ignore that part, like that's self-explanatory. There was a big update in like RuneScape when they made climbing boots. They changed the price of climbing boots, and that like broke the RuneScape economy, the RS3, for like 10 years. Like, from my that's my understanding, I could be mistaken, but there's a lot of things like that. Like, one mistake on an MMO update can like fucking, like, you can't be very, very careful. You can't update an MMO like the same way you can Fortnite, or, you know, games that just rotate and don't care about the balance, you know. I don't mean that like there's nothing wrong. I think there's a space for games that don't care about the balance. I don't say that derogatorily. I think Fortnite has an amazing space, you know. That was so long ago. Yeah, I never played RS3 during that time leap. I only ever heard about it, so I don't want to like requote it. I'm just quoting someone else, so I don't want to spread a misinformation or some shit. But that's my understanding of like the climbing boot debacle. Can't wait for number 5 today. How are you doing today, man? What number 5? What are you talking about? It's hidden, bro. It's secret. Okay. Dude, I'm so close to just skipping my gym run today. I'm so close, man. I'm not doing trainer rerun. I did 2 trainer reruns yesterday. Well, yeah, it wasn't even RS3 yet when the climbing boot update exactly. Dude, yes, Jason. It's, yeah. Yeah. Someone left a comment on a video of mine recently where they were like, hey man, like, any chance you'll do an update? This is before I just put out the updated legendary guide, right? And someone was like, hey man, like, will you do an updated legendary guide soon? And I responded like, it's funny you say that. Yes, I have one coming out very soon because they've changed so much. And then someone, of course, YouTube comments, someone else commented like, no bro, they haven't changed much over the past 2 years. And I was like clenching my fists, because it's like, bro, 2 years ago there was like 7 legendaries in the game. 3 years ago there was 1. I guess we could be for this roaming legendaries or whatever, but like, or not roaming, King of the Hill. But like, if you disclude King of the Hill, 3 years ago there was 1 permanently ownable legendary, and it was Shaman, right? Two years ago there was like, they just had roaming legendaries, there was like 7, and nowadays there's like 19 for reference. Like, dude, legendaries have changed. 3.5 years ago there were 0 permanently ownable legendaries in PokeMMO. In the modern day there's like 14 permanently ownable, but there's also Darkrai, which is like you summon for 1 to 2 hours out of an orb. There's raid legendaries, there's roaming legendary, like legendaries, there's event raids. Dude, legendaries have changed so much over the past 3 years. It is one of the craziest. They've only been in the game for the past 3 years, you know. So absolutely there are guides of mine that are outdated, but a lot of my guides do stay up to date for the most part. Or if it's a money making guide, I always just say check the market. Like if I'm like, oh yeah, catching for, let's say a guide where I'm like, oh yeah, catching Gibbles for profit is really good right now, guys, because Gibbles with 31 attack are 16k, you know. Oh, like, you know, you want to just double check stuff, right? Or like, or breeding whatever for profit is good because they're this price. I try to always just teach people how to find money making methods as opposed to just do like PokeMMO is not like other MMOs where like you just do the same thing over and over. You have to like constantly adapt and learn the market, which is difficult. It's honestly, I think it is more difficult to make money in PokeMMO compared to most other MMOs consistently. I think it is more fluid and complex versus like just go grinding green dragons, you know. You do have like gym reruns though, but that's like tough to learn. Like gym reruns are more complicated than green dragons. We don't have a lot of beginner friendly money making methods right now in PokeMMO, sadly. Today's event, it should be linked first thing in the description on YouTube, the Gligar catch event. This is a fantastic question, and I love that you have Dev in your name. I think it's really good perspective for people, Slizzy. What do you think is a bigger grind, OSRS or PokeMMO? OSRS hands down. It's why I always like, there's a lot of Pokemon fans who come to PokeMMO and are like, oh my god, this game is so slow, this game is so grindy. And it's like, it is, don't get me wrong, it's perspective, it is. I'm not gonna, you know, be a dick and say, actually no, it's not. That's really rude, right? But you know, I can tell when someone comes from Pokemon versus MMOs, you know, that PokeMMO name, right? Because if you come from RuneScape, you're gonna be like, oh shit, you know, this is chill. I will say, I think I've only ever played Classic WoW, so I could be wrong. Classic WoW is less grindy from my experience than PokeMMO. I was shocked. I mean, that was the point. So I'm sorry if I got level 60 in Classic WoW within a week or so. I got my epic mounts. I did the PvP grind for a little bit and got to like rank 7 or 8, but not like rank. I didn't get to rank 12 or 13 or whatever the big one is. That was I thought about it, but I was like, this is not. It's a cool, like it's a cool thing. And I farmed a lot of gold in Ungoro Crater and did a lot of world PvP defending my fucking Devil Sore. Is that what they're called? Devil Sore? It's been a while since I played Devil Sore hides or whatever. I played a lot of, I really was into class. I was super obsessed with Classic WoW for about 1 month. And I will say that game is less grindy. Even Classic WoW is less grindy than PokeMMO. Because I mean, WoW was actually created to be a casual MMO when it came out, which is crazy to think nowadays, right? As we think of it as such a hardcore game, and it is a hardcore game, but it's all perspective, you know. World of Warcraft was created to be a casual alternative to games like EverQuest, to games like what's the other one? There's like 2 main ones, EverQuest, and there was like Tibia and Ultima, which were even before that. There was like EverQuest. What was EverQuest's, like, is it Guild Wars? EverQuest competitor. I Google it. What am I thinking of? But EverQuest is one of the OGs. There was Asheron's Call. I never played Asheron's Call. I watched Rekful play it. Ultima, yeah, Guild Wars 2, yeah, Guild Wars 2, Tibia mentioned. I wasn't around for a lot of it, but I have a decent understanding of like old school MMO history. It was before. Well, even WoW class, I don't know. I don't like the term soft. I don't know why that. Not to harp on it, so apologies, I'm getting stuck on the language. I don't like the term. People always use it. I don't know, people who use that, I beef with it, so apologies. WoW is like retail WoW or classic? Well, no, I don't know. WoW was invented, WoW was created to be casual, and casual is not a bad thing. Once again, like, that's why I don't like I guess that term or whatever, like it's implied to be like negative. Casual is not necessarily a bad, it's just different, you know. It's game now, dude. I'm gonna be so honest. I was just talking about 2-year ego. I think I had a 2-year ego problem with old school RuneScape, and I was a part of the like easy. I was anti-easy, and thankfully I was pretty nice about it. But I'll never forget, dude, one of my biggest mistakes in my gaming journey was there was an up-and-coming content creator who was just trying to make guides. I think he had like 80k subs. He was like where I'm at now, right? And he was bigger than me and better than me and all this stuff, right? He was making RuneScape guides. I think added him on Twitter like a little fucking douche and was like, hey man, I'm really upset because like your guide is inaccurate. You say that this thieving method is like 50 or like 60 or 80k XP an hour, but it's actually 40 to 50k. And to be fair, like I did know a lot about RuneScape. I think I was correct on that, but what a douchey thing to do. I look back and I'm just like so embarrassed, you know? And it's good perspective for when people do that to me now that that was my most actually moment ever. And I look back and regret and shame, and it's one of those things, it gives me good perspective for when people do it to me now, because when you're a hardcore player in a game, I have perspectives. I was in RuneScape. I was not a big content creator. I was a very, very small streamer in RuneScape, but I was still streaming, right? It wasn't, I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was jealousy or just like, you feel, I think when you're a hyper hardcore player, you feel frustrated when YouTubers or content creators who are paid to play the game, right? No less than you. But in reality, if you're a hardcore player and you're spending 12 hours a day playing that game, that content creator is probably spending 6 hours playing and 6 hours making content. Making the content takes a lot of time. It's not just playing the game, you know, you're not just being paid to play. You're being paid to play. It's like this is why I always say, like, I recommend boomers, or I recommend people who have been in a field for like 20-30 years to become YouTubers. The best YouTubers are people who have like done construction for like 20 years, people who have like done plumbing for like 20 years. Please, dear God, make a YouTube channel. You are my hero. Like, these are the people we need making YouTubes. Is people who like have a lot of experience in a thing, and then what's it called, use that to spread information, spread knowledge, good stories, good information, good experience. And that's like, I mean, that's what I am with, you know, I didn't start making PokeMMO content until, I've been playing this game since 2013. I didn't start making content until 2021, 2020-ish. And I took my experience and I just started, you know, but what I was trying to say was like, it can feel frustrating when you, and I see this a lot in the PokeMMO space now, right? It's a good, yeah, it's all about, exactly, Dev. It's good to just, I try to just hopefully be open about that and tell people my experiences, you know, versus hide from that shit. It's all about, I empathize why people would be frustrated by a content creator sometimes making a mistake or knowing less. And the biggest thing is, when was the last time you made a mistake at your job? You know, like, that's honestly what it is. And I still have to be held accountable. One of my worst mistakes making PokeMMO YouTube videos was when dude, this was a big mistake and I fucked up and I took the video down. I had to go remake it and re-upload within a few hours. I use my Dreamy Run guide, a very casual, chill one, because it's what I do every day. But I made a video where to catch Bagon in PokeMMO like 4 years ago. And I just went to Meteor Falls and I ran back and I was like, hey guys, this is how to get to Meteor Falls. This is where you catch Bagon. I didn't go to the very back part of the cave and actually show the spot you need to be at. And people commented and I was like, oh my, I was mortified. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This was back when I was like really building my channel and I was doing like 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine a day and making like 8 videos a day, working 14 hours a day. I was like hustling, grinding. I was ignoring every part of, I had no social life. I was just grinding to build my channel, right? And hopefully help people, right? That was the goal. No, but yeah, so I uploaded that video and it was just so wrong. And I took it down and I remade it. I went to the correct spot and I re-uploaded it like 2 or 3 hours later. Yeah, it was just, it's a good example of like, it's just a mistake at, the problem is when it's kind of like when an athlete makes a mistake, right? If an athlete fumbles the ball, right, that's a mistake at his job. The same way forgetting the fries is at McDonald's, or the same way, you know, anything else is, obviously to different severities, but they get fucking eviscerated for it, you know? And I think it comes from, because that person is at a position that a lot of people want to be at, but, you know, didn't have the chance or didn't work for it or whatever it may be, they're not there, they get really upset. There is a bit of jealousy, I think, and a bit of frustrations that come out. If someone, you know, if someone makes a mistake at a position that people idolize, people crucify them. But it's funny because, like, if a CEO makes a mistake, you know, if someone who's making like billions of dollars or millions of dollars a year, hundreds of millions a year, they make a mistake at work, a lot of times they don't get punished. They're not in the public eye. A lot of times they won't get punished, you know. But if an athlete making 250K or a content creator even making, you know, content creator making like 50K or less a year, you know, less than the average, you know, worker, they'll make a mistake and they'll get fucking eviscerated. And it's interesting. Public eye jobs, it's just part of the gig. It's public eye jobs versus, you know, not, and kind of how that impacts. And I try to always just once again like take accountability and take, there is responsibility because I have so many eyes on me. I do have a lot of responsibility and I do have to like keep that in mind for sure. But also I hope that people can, as time ages, I hope that we can get a little more empathetic towards that stuff. But that's just, there's a lot of content creators out there that are hurting, man. I get, you know, DMs. There's a lot of streamers, a lot of YouTubers who are like, man, I like this, I want to keep doing it, but I just can't justify, like, I'm putting in all this time and all this energy just to get like horrible, nasty, negative comments constantly. The mental toll and the psych toll of being a content creator, as dumb as it sounds, like, it's tough sometimes. And it's, every job has positives and negatives. It's not like I'm like, oh, always me content creators, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot worse, there's a lot harder stuff out there, but that doesn't, there's a lot of people out there who are struggling. I'm worried about, I don't know, I'm worried about some content creators, you know. I'm worried about people who just, it's a rough mental thing, you know, with Epoch. Is it monopolizing if it's two people? I love Epoch's doing great shit. Please don't, you know, I've openly talked about this. I don't want to be the only, I don't want to be the biggest English speaking content creator forever, and I don't want to be the only one. There are so many other content creators that need that deserve 25, 30, 50K. It's crazy to me that Epoch's not at 50K subs. It's crazy to me that Quizby, you know, is it like, there are people, Quizby, Epoch, Spidget, Smooge, like, these guys deserve 20, 30, 50K minimum. And like, it's just a matter, yeah, and I wish them the, I want people up there, because the problem is, if it's just me at high numbers, or, you know, high numbers or whatever, like, high numbers for PokeMMO, but not in the grand scheme of YouTube, right? That's the other factor. There's just, I don't want all the pressure, man. I'm just a fucking guy. I'm just a dumb little guy who likes to play this game, and I don't want all that pressure. I don't want the pressure of being the only, I want people around me at a similar state, because then it takes the pressure off me, to be honest with you, you know. There's so many amazing PokeMMO creators. There's so many, man. But it's tough. Like, you see a lot of creators, like, I think most YouTubers get to like 3 to 5 to like 10K subs, 15K subs, and then the mental toll hits them and they can't keep going. Like, there's a reason. It's tough, man. Oh, it's a Raz. PokeMMO's fantastic. I love it. It's a fantastic game, man. It's got flaws, but it's a fantastic fucking, there's nothing like it, you know. Yeah, that was, I mean, I talked about, yeah, like, there are certain things, certain guides I don't want to do. Like, I like that we have Jinxed Boon doing different Jimmy run strategies. Like, that's really helpful to the community and like really good. Like, it's good to have people covering, or like PvP creators, dude. I simply don't have the PvP expertise. It would take me thousands of hours to get the PvP expertise that Spidget, Smooge, AFC Adino, all those guys have. I don't have time for it. It's good for the community. It's good for everybody to have different creators and different creators that especially have expertises, you know. I do have a Pokedex guide if you're interested. Yeah, Pokedex guide PokeMMO. And it's one of those things I always joke about, like, dude, if someone told me that you needed a Pokedex guide for PokeMMO, if someone could link me my own video and I'd be like, I don't need a fucking guide for the Pokedex. I'm just gonna catch the Pokemon. What are you talking about? That's like, well, why would you ever need a guide for that, right? I'm stubborn. That'd be my thought process, right? And then you would complete your Pokedex and then load up Audino and be like, hold up, what's a special spawn? And then you would be in for a month or so of pain. The biggest piece of advice, if you want to complete your Pokedex, is I don't care if you don't watch my guide. The main takeaway, start Phenos now. Start Phenos now. Start Phenos now. Please catch Phenos now. Please start Phenos earlier rather than later. Like, that's You don't have to watch the guide. That's the only thing I care about. I care about that piece of information spreading. That is so important. What are phenos? Phenos, did you ever play Black and White, like the original games? There's like shaking tiles of grass that can randomly appear, and certain Pokemon only spawn in those random little encounters. Start phenos later? No, start phenos. Yeah, god damn it. Yeah, or Phoebus. That's true. Phoebus, Carnivine. There's some tough catches. Yeah. Yeah, if you catch a Ducklet, make sure to level it up to a Swanna, or yeah, vice versa or some shit. No, there's some real truth to that. Yeah, repeat, like, for sure, Nadwagon. That's one of my most selfish reasons about making PokeMMO content, is that this is like a control freak problem, to be honest with you. I get really frustrated when bad arguments are repeated constantly. Or to be fair, what I consider to be bad arguments, or what I consider to be bad logic. So a big reason I started making PokeMMO videos was to correct certain, like, thought process, you know. But I'm trying to back away from that, because it just creates too much. It creates too much tumultuousness. That's not the best way to say that. It creates too much. If people, often in the current society, if people are doing something that is not ideal towards their own goals, they don't want to be told about it. They want to just stick to what's comfortable to them, which it is what it is. And that there's obviously ways to be annoying about that and ways to do it well. One of the examples is, like, if someone's smoking a cigarette, you shouldn't go tell them, don't you know smoking is bad? That's really obnoxious. Don't do that. It's really rude. It demeans that person. They're an adult. They know the decision they're making. Don't do that, right? But there are tons of decisions that are made in society that people view as the norm, or whatever it may be, and it may not actually be in their best interest. You know, they just don't know any better, or haven't been, you know, like, even some examples that I could give are, like, it sucks that, like, even examples are, like, controversial, or people, like, get really upset because if they made that decision, they feel stupid or whatever. But they're not stupid. It's just like life, you know. Dude. Put up the Pokemon. Should I put the Pokemon the what's it called? Should I put the Pokemon the 100 level 100? Wait, I'm sorry. I'm blowing my brain trying to. I'm not reading this well. I'm so sorry. If I'm gonna level only 2 pokes, should I just put 3 pokes, the level 100, the 2 level 1s, or can I put 4 level 100 pokes and 2 low levels? Yes, the XP reamplifier will not waste XP on the level 100s. So I think, if I'm understanding correctly, right? If I'm understanding correctly, you can just have level 100s in your party and it shouldn't factor anything. Do you believe in health bullying? Absolutely. If I'm understanding that correctly, absolutely not. It just hasn't worked. It's one of those things, like, do you think if telling someone, by the way, you're fat, over and over again, do you think that if that worked, don't you think we wouldn't have a 60% obesity? Like, right? Like, if that like, with the amount of hatred, the amount of, like, insults, like, don't you think that shit would have worked by now? Like, no, it's getting worse. It's getting worse because of, not just because of that, because of our food accessibility, and it's a very complicated issue. I don't know the answer to. Yes, this might shock you guys, but a PokeMMO streamer does not know how to cure obesity. I know it might surprise people. I don't actually know how to solve that problem. But no, I don't believe in shaming someone constantly for being fat or being or smoking or anything like that, because usually it just makes the problem worse. It usually makes them feel guilty. It usually makes them, you know, as someone who's been, I'm overweight now. I've been overweight. I've lost a lot of weight. I lost 100 pounds in like 8 months when I was 18, 19 years old. Shaming does not help. It makes you sadder. As someone who's been overweight, who's been healthy weight, who's been strong, who's been weak, the biggest thing I can say is that, trust me, fat people feel guilty enough already for being fat. So, like, almost anybody that I've ever talked to about it, fat people feel so bad about themselves all the time, just for simply having one problem, and they're like, or that, you know, everyone's got problems, everyone's got positives and negatives. Yeah, it's ideal if I'm not overweight, right? I feel better, I'm healthier, I want to live longer, blah blah blah. But that problem is just so visible, right? So the problem is someone could like be a really good worker, be a really good friend, go home and like beat the shit out of their wife, and people might not see that, but that's a much worse problem than being obese, right? The problem is if someone's overweight, everybody sees it, it's very visible, and they get so much judgment, so much hatred constantly. Whereas someone's racist, you might not see that. You don't see that, you know. Maybe you'll see it if you see them with a bad interaction, but they could hide that a lot better. You can't hide being overweight, you know. It's one of those, like, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, body positivity can go too far, but I just don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think we've seen that. In the extremes, I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure there are people who are like, oh yeah, I'm fat and I want to stay fat, and being fat's actually good. Obviously that's not good, but the main thing is we need to just stop making fat people feel ashamed and want to fucking kill themselves every day of their life simply for being fat, especially if you talk to an overweight woman, right? Nothing is, dude, trust me, fat people feel plenty bad for being fat. The shaming is not, a fat person will say more mean things to themselves about it than any person ever could. It's not, trust me, trust me, it's not helping. If it was helping, we wouldn't be 60%, you know, obesity and climbing. Yeah. Yeah, and that's obviously awful, but I hope that, I would assume that those are outliers, like those are niche outliers. I'm sure there are people who, you know, I'm sure there are I've seen overweight people who idolize being overweight and actually say it's better to be overweight than, you know, being at a healthy weight. But there's also the vice versa of people who struggle with being too skinny. As I've always advocated, like, as someone who's been overweight for many parts of my life, nothing is more disgusting to me than, you know, there are just extremes on both sides, but we have to talk about the averages, right? The averages are what matter the most. The average overweight person feels so much shame in their day-to-day life and feels so fucking bad all the time, and their mental health is being destroyed by being overweight. So what do we do to help that? We're kind, we're nice, we promote, you know, trying to help them when we can, like myself, right? But at the same time, everyone's got positive problems and negatives. I think it's one of those things, like, once again, everyone's gonna have problems in their life. Being overweight might be one of the better problems to have in your life, like, versus being racist or being abusive, or like, it's one of those things. It's not good, but we are only on this earth for about 60, 70, 80 years, maybe 100 if you're really lucky, right? You're never going to solve all your problems. You know, you're never going to solve everything. Obviously I want to promote healthy lifestyles and try to give good advice, all that stuff, but we want, the point of body positivity, to my understanding, is just to not make people feel bad and awful, not hate themselves for being fat. You can still want to make a positive change, but not fucking hate yourself type thing, you know? It's, yeah. I love that you say that, Gloss. Like, that's so true as well. Like, I used to be big and agile. I don't think I am that much anymore, you know? But it's one of those, what's it called? Yeah, there needs to be a lot of empathy when it comes to health, and when it comes to, because everybody's different, everybody's story is different. Like, I'm not like this, so it's hard for me, you know. I can't imagine having problems or trying to lose weight. Imagine like being physically impaired, or like having like a common, maybe you have like constant ankle pain, or maybe you're like in a wheelchair, right? I have a hard time keeping weight off able-bodied. There's all, like, it gets crazier the more complicated you lean into it and stuff. The real thing is, like, yeah, of course people should move their bodies more and eat less food. I'm part of that problem, right? But I'd rather have that problem than a lot of the other problems out there. Not that that makes that problem okay. It's all about yin and yang and balance, right? I'm not like, but yeah, I think overweight people feel so much shame already that it stops them, and that shame stops them from making positive changes. I think being overweight causes a lot of anxiety, and it stops you from like how many people, I have this problem for sure. I don't like to go to the gym unless I'm at a certain strength level. Well, hold up, how am I supposed to get strong if I don't want to go to the gym for that? And that's a whole different, like, that's a mental thing. I think being overweight, the mental shame of being overweight, stops people from getting healthy. right? The shame of not wanting to go to the gym if you're big. I have a problem, and I have to just get over it, forehead, but it's hard, right? I have a problem where, like, if I'm outside and I'm running or like walking as an overweight person, I'm scared someone's gonna look at me and be like, oh man, look at him, he's fat, he doesn't actually walk every day, he's only doing this to be performative. Or, you know, oh, he's at the gym, he's not even strong, he's only doing this to make himself feel better about himself, he's not actually trying to improve. If you've ever been to a gym, nobody gives a fuck. You know that everyone is thinking that about themselves, and you gotta just, to be honest, you kind of just gotta get over that that's a mental thing. But like, the mental aspects, I think, are keeping people. This is just my young dumb 28-year-old, what the fuck do I know? I'm not, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just not an expert on this stuff. Please go talk to your psychiatrist, go talk to your doctors, whatever it may be, right? But I think there's a lot of, from my anecdotal experience, I think there's a lot of mental stuff that is holding people back from getting better. I don't think shaming people for their weight helps. I think it hurts. I think we've seen that over the past years and years and years, you know. Yeah, there's been enough shame in society. People have been shaming people for being overweight for hundreds of years. It's never worked, you know. And I think we're approaching a good pendulum swing and a good change, you know. Yeah, no, dude, I couldn't agree more, Gloss. But it almost doesn't even, like, I mean, the anxiety is all about reality doesn't matter, which is why anxiety is so dumb, right? It doesn't matter what reality tells you. Anxiety will warp your brain and try to trick you that, like, you know, things are worse than they are, or like catastrophize or whatever. Dude, that's true as hell. Yeah, I've been that way, Basalt, where like when I was fit and I saw like an overweight person on the treadmill or at the, like, I'm like, oh, well, now I gotta compete with them. And now, you know, I'll do that with anybody, to be fair, even when I'm overweight. Dude, if I'm 280, 300 pounds and I see a girl like 3 treadmills down from me who's like 180, I will try my best to stay on the treadmill as long as she does. And she'll fucking do like 45 minutes on the treadmill sometimes. No shot I'm doing that. Like that, dude, people are fucking crazy on the cardio. Nothing will humble you more as a man than trying to keep up with a girly pop on the treadmill. Holy fuck, that is a humbling fucking experience, dude. It's good, it's healthy, it's a good thing, man. Whew. Sometimes you gotta get humbled, man. It's a good fucking thing, dude. Goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, there you go. That's the real strat. Yeah, on the stairs or on the fucking, yeah, dude, hell yeah, Alpha. There you go, dude. Miss is awesome with that shit. I watched what did I watch? I watched Spanglish one time on the what's it called? Ego and horniness best gym motivators. I'm gonna be so real. I've never thought about either of those things while at the gym. Ego. Hey, whatever works, as long as you're not, you know, be careful. That's, you know, but whatever works. I mean, the real thing is whatever works for you. The beautiful part of the gym is whatever works for you. For me, I've got to embrace my inner, like, I've got to prove people wrong, or I got to prove people right. Either when I go to the gym, my biggest motivator, usually anger or like rage, or like either proving people right who did believe in me, who did give me their time and resources, or prove people who wrong, who didn't think I was worth the resources. That's like my main motivators. Remember, yeah, best pre-workout, yeah. Mama's the best pre-workout. Giga chat. Not far from ego. That's kind of true. I don't associate it with that, but I get what you're saying. I can respect that. That's okay. Rick Riley, flex on me. That I gotta figure out what to motivate me at the gym is while happily married, because that's a tough one. I do love the memes where it's like me in a healthy relationship listening to music about how your partner cheated when that's never actually happened, to be motivated. You know what I'm talking about? To be motivated at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Unironically, I love watching fitness YouTube while working out in my living room. Dude, unironically, fitness YouTube is fantastic. Dude, nothing makes me want to lift more than watching a little bit of Sam Sulek. Dude, I love some Sam Sulek, man. I love There's some good chill fitness YouTubers who are, you know, not annoying and just fucking doing their thing. I love that shit, man. Sam's the goat. I'm lucky I got, yeah. Who's your go-to fitness YouTube? Probably Sam Solik, man. Probably Sam. Who's the other I don't watch enough fitness YouTube, as you can tell, because I'm not out there, you know. I gotta get my summer bod going. I gotta really gotta hit the fucking gym, dude. There are, yeah, there is some for sure, Alpha, for sure. I mean, I'm a big, he has like a few fitness videos. I love me some Adam Ragusia. I think Adam Ragusia is one of the pioneers. I think Adam Ragusia is one of the last good role models on YouTube. I love him. Adam Ragusia is fantastic. I think he is. Adam Ragusia might be pound for pound the most positive influence on all of YouTube all time ever, in my opinion. I think Adam Ragusia is fantastic. Big fan of him. He's very logical, very like, very opposite of me to some extent. Very logical, very much breaks things down, you know? Yeah, I've seen the Anatoly stuff where yeah, even more of a positive impact than Jake Paul. I know it might surprise people. I've seen the mop. Those are good. I mean, I don't know how much those are staged or whatever, or what they're entertaining, they're funny. I don't know enough about it or whatever, but I've seen the Anatoly. It's a good bit. It's a good bit. Goat of comedy. What a unique. I respect it, man. It's always like skull emoji edits. Do. I like the way you think. I like that we have a few wife guys in chat, man. I'm with my back right as well. Oh god, good luck. Much love to you, man. I don't even get like, I can't even use being injured as an excuse. I've like never been injured to, I mean, I get like sore or whatever, but yeah. That's the other, man, the perpetual problem of being a lazy or overweight guy going to the gym, or maybe if you're not, this is, I'll say my problem. One of the biggest problems that I have is, dude, I go to the gym like once a month, and when you do that, every time you go, you get DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. So like, which is fucking, it stops your rhythm, it stops your pattern. You can never build, you can't go to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week or every other day or some shit if you're getting DOMS every time, because you're not going to the gym. It's hard. You can't get rid of DOMS without going to the gym. So for those who don't know, DOMS happens when you haven't used a muscle in a long time. It becomes like kind of sedentary and you have to like reawaken it. So DOMS is called delayed onset muscle soreness. You know that feeling when you like haven't gone to the gym in a really long time, and then you go, and then the next usually 24 to 36 hours later, it's not after, but it's 24 to 36 hours later, all of a sudden you get like wicked sore, right? I get that almost every fucking time. And the real solution to DOMS is just not, what's it called? Yeah, but DOMS is more extreme than just rest days, but for sure. But the problem is like someone like me, I need pattern, man. Like I need repetition. I need to go every other day to the gym. Yeah, the solution, like Rick Riley said, the solution is you just can't go too hard on your first time. But I don't know how to do that, man. I don't know how, like when I'm at the gym, I have to full send or else I fucking just feel like a loser. I don't know. Not that my full send is that much. But if I'm like, I'm a train to failure guy. If I can't, like, to me, it's like, why the fuck even go to the gym if I can still do reps on when I'm heading out, you know, type beat. I love, yeah. Dude, training to failure is the best. It makes me, it mentally feels so good. It makes me feel alive, man. It's so good. Yeah, so you're Turwin, you're spitting some facts. Stretching is supposed to, DOMS is supposed to be like fully avoidable or fixable, but I've never had that. It feels so bad. I think you should be able to safely, I've heard from, I could be wrong, this is like I'm repeating fitness people, you should be able to like avoid DOMS or like push past DOMS. It's not like actually going to injure you, or it should, but it's just like but it just hurts. But it's just like, I don't know, stretching. And yeah, I drink a lot of water, thankfully, but yeah, I'm lucky. I walk to my gym. It's like a, you know, whatever. And if I don't have to, it's like 1 block, which is why I should go more. It's like 1 block to walk to the gym, you know? If I can walk home without having to pause every few steps, what would I go for, you know? Okay, this is why I love streaming, because you actually get professionals and specialists, and I'm not, you know, because I'm just some dumb guy on the internet, you know, saying shit, right? Thank you so much for speaking up, Grandpa Dots. I work in sports medicine. The best way to fight DOMs is with pushing through with another workout. Yes, that's what I've heard from experts. Like you literally can just, if you have DOMs, you can just go to the gym the next day, do a different, like, and you should be able to, like, it should go away. The DOMs should go away after a little bit. But fuck, it just hurts. I mean, I'm just a baby. Maybe I'm just a fucking little punk. God, that shit hurts. Foam rollers. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about foam. I'm gonna look it up. I appreciate you guys. Once again, I'm so far from being a fitness expert. Even when I was fit, like people would ask, you know, oh, what's your workout routine? I would go to the gym every other day. I would walk about a mile and a half to the gym, and I'd walk a mile and a half home, and I would spend an hour. It was like a 2 or 3 hour trip. Dude, I used to live a crazy life where I would wake up at 6 p.m. fast until midnight, have 540 calories of waffles and ice cream as my pre-workout and an energy drink, and then walk an hour and like a mile and a half to the gym, work out for like an hour at like 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning when a 24/7 gym, no one was there. That's why I liked it. And then walk an hour and a half home. And I lost 105 pounds or so. Because I was at my peak, when I was 18 years old, I was like 6'2", 320. And at my peak fitness, I was like 215, like 6'4" at that, 6'3", 6'4". Now I'm like 6'4". 6'4", by the way. But I love that shit. And that was also, I was like not working a lot, so I was able, it might shock people, it's a lot easier to lose weight and work out when you're not working, or like, you know, working a whole lot. Yeah, it turns out, guys, when you can dedicate, it's a lot easier. I understand, dude, people are fucking working hard. They're working their, you know, their 9 to 5s, which are actually more like 10 to 12 hour jobs. You consider commutes or mental decompressing after the job. Like, it's fucking hard, man. It's tough. Anyways, okay. I get DOM so bad, dude. Much love to you, man. My boy makes minimal protein. Yeah, that's tough. Like I like perspective, because why am I over here complaining? Respectfully, some people will use that to like, I like that shit, because for me it adds perspective. I'm over here complaining. Brother's got fucking other bigger problems, you know. Like, it's good perspective for me, man. Much love. I appreciate you sharing, and much love to you, man. Got those heights. It wasn't heights. I was like 19, so I was just still growing. I didn't stop growing until I was like 22, 24. I'm growing for a while. Wait, Shizu, well, okay, Shizu can be mod. The problem is Shizu be typing some unhinged shit. I love Shizu, okay? Shizu, I trust Shizu with mod. I don't trust Shizu without mod, so that other mods can't time him out. If he says something unhinged, that's the main. Free Shizu. I love Shizu. I need more Shizus in my life. I mean, that's why, because Shizu is like unserious in the best ways, and I need more of that in my life. I'm too serious. I take things way too seriously, you know. Dude, that I fucking love. Can we talk about? Hell yeah, good for you, Joey. Good. I love stay-at-home dads. Can we actually, yo? And my wife says the same thing, so it's like, that's how you know it's anecdotally true, bro. At least in our area, dude. Are we in the generation? If you're a dad in chat, shout out to you. Did we break the cycle in this generation? Why is this generation? Why are there so many good dads? I don't. It's definitely just anecdotal, and I'm definitely just biased because my area. I'm all blah blah blah. The amount of dads I see out at the grocery store who are like making funny faces with their kids, laughing, having a fun. What the fuck happened? Dads are actually so good this year. The fucking dad stocks are up, bro. I'm seeing so many good dads recently. It's awesome, dude. It's like the most hope core, like inspiring things, man. I like to think it's because you really have to want to be a dad or a mom in this economy. Fair enough. There's probably a ton of factors, but that's fair enough, man. It all changed when I love the idea that Kobe Bryant, like that's his most meaningful, not that his, amazing basketball, not oh fuck, I'm gonna get all the Kobe haters, but like, or all the Kobe, that's a funny bit that like just one last beautiful thing he passed on to the world was all the father. Yeah, I was gonna be a deadbeat dad, but then Kobe passed and I was like, it's time to be the Mamba mentality. It's time to lock it. That's so fucking funny, man. That's so good. That's when all the dads, that helicopter went down and all the dads adopted the Mamba mentality. I mean, what a positive, what a beautiful thing, man. What a beautiful thing in theory. I hope so, man. Dude, I think, yeah, much love. All I can say is much love to you, Joey. Holy shit, dude. I think a lot of us, like, I'm not gonna have kids, it's one of those things, respectfully, right? Maybe it'll change. I don't think it will, but I try to keep my open mind. I think it's important. But I really respect those who do it, and it's one of those things. What do I even say? It's one of those. It's hard to even talk about parenting when you're not a parent because it is just such a different. I can only imagine the mental, change that happens. But at the same time, God, is it annoying to run into parents who like use that appeal to authority. Yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of respect to good parents out there. It turns out it's a pretty tough gig. Showing kids, yeah. I know that like I'm not a very consistent person. I know that I can have my rough moments. My kind of rough moments with my mental health, I can't do that around kids. It's not responsible. Also I have a lot of genetic mental dispositions that there's like a 50% chance I'd pass down. And not that you should make your decision based on that or especially not solely on that, but it's something I definitely have to think about. And I wouldn't want to pass this on to people, type beat. Respectfully. I'd probably be more likely to adopt, if anything, for sure. But I'm chilling. I'm happy with. I love the idea of being a fun uncle. I love the idea of all sorts of bits. I like childcare. Like that's wholesome and cute. But I'm good on my own kids, respectfully. Do what I miss. Play in the back. I'm shiny hunting very casually on my laptop in the back. Certified Unk status. Dude, being Unk is not so bad. That's the new, like, oh, bro, you're a chopped unk. I'll be a chopped unk. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm happy to be a chopped unk, man. Honestly, please. I'm sick of being a mid-20s, young 20s hustler working 14 hours a day. I want to be a chopped unk who fucking just works 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, hangs out and goes to breweries. Oh, my, please. I want to be a chopped unk so bad. Dude, that's ideal. Like, that's the goal of life, man. Whew. I appreciate that, Rick Riley, for sure. Garda's P, dude. Yeah, dude, hell yeah, man. Like, that's, yeah, for sure. The point of all this to say was like, it's really cute to see. I've seen a lot of good dads this generation, a lot of good millennial dads, man, turning things around. And it's really cool. Nothing makes me happier than, like, it's just really wholesome, man. Unks are in red. Unk stocks are up, bro. Guys, buy in on Unk. Buy Unk. It's right to the moon. Unk to the moon. Unks to the moon. Buy your Unk stocks now, boys. Invest in Unk. Hopefully there's not actually like an Unk crypto, because then that clip's gonna be really bad out of context. I just mean theoretically, metaphorically, okay? I don't know if there's some actual Unk. Is there a stock with the ticker? Is that what it is of Unk? Unk stock. Oh my god, United Corporation. I found it. United Corporations. What is this? Is it an index fund? That's not the worst thing to recommend people buy if it's an index fund. United Corporations Limited. Unk. That's the most like Vague. I'm Gen Z. Apologies for assuming. Well, good for you for having it, for being. If you're Gen Z and you can afford a child, you can afford 3 kids. What the fuck? Okay, Mr. fucking King over here. Holy shit. If you're Gen Z and can afford 3 kids, you have my ultimate salute. So you make it work. I'm sure you're making it work. Like that's, you know, it's not like that's awesome. Good for you, man. The the Unk rug pull. That's really good. All right, guys, everybody buy an Unk coin. All right, I'm selling. Buy, guys. Dump it. Not the Unk coin rug pull would go crazy. Crypto Unk. No. Hold up. Yeah, and I am looking at Unk.to. Get top stock picks. Volume not available. Is it like a dead stock? Is that the bit? I need to heal, don't I? Left holding the Unk bag. I mean, that's the most. It is on brand. Like, Unk got left holding the bag. A dad stock. Dad stocks are up. That's true, man. Dads are chilling right now. Tell us to short Unk. Okay, chill. I've never shorted a stock in my. Fuck that. I've never shorted a stock. No, thank you, man. More power to you if you're one of those fellas. I respect it. It's just not my kind of. Talk about a scary meme, dude. We like the stock. We like Unk. I always talk about when I was in middle school, I played like a fake stock. There was a fake stock market game you could do, and it was like, it was me and like 4 of my other friends. We all played this fake stock market game, and we got like 2nd place in the entire United States. And it was mostly, we invested in like fucking Nvidia or something. We invested in like Apple. We were just like video game teenagers, so we just invested in like Microsoft, Apple, like any public video game companies. But we got like, so we just invested in like the shit we liked because we were just like dumb little kids or dumb teens or whatever. And we ended up getting like 2nd in the whole US. We got fucking bussed to a banquet where we had to give a speech and explain like why we bought the stocks. They were like literally, it was like Wall Street looking for the next like up and coming fucking traders. And one of our main stocks was called Stripper Furniture. Take a wild guess at why 5 14-year-old boys bought, maybe even 13-year-old boys bought Stripper Furniture, right? This was in like 7th grade or some shit. This was in like middle school. And we had to get up on stage and explain why we bought Stripper Furniture, because we thought it was like furniture for strippers, like poles and stuff. But it turns out it was just like, if I'm gonna Google it, Stripper Furniture, does it still exist? It turns out it's like something else. Stripper Furniture is eco-friendly, soy-based strippers are ideal. What the fuck is this? Choosing the right furniture stripper. That's not what I want. Furniture stripper furniture company. Can I even find it? Professional no, this is not what I'm looking for. Anyways, we invested in something called like stripping furniture or some shit, or stripper furniture or whatever. And they weren't stripper poles. It was just a normal furniture company. But we had to like go up and explain why we bought that, and we just didn't know what the fuck to say. We just had no idea. We just got out there, we're like, yeah, we just liked the stock. Was like kind of our main it just looked good. Was like our main argument. We were fucking stupid, man. Good fundamental. Tell them the truth. Do you know no, it was like a giant banquet full of like men in business suits. I was probably wearing like a fucking, I might have worn like a button up, but I was probably wearing my Ray Lewis jersey on an average day at school. Like, there's no shot I'm getting up there in front of these suits and trying to tell them I bought Stripper Furniture. But it was all like a fake stock market. You got given like 100,000 like fake dollars, and then you like, it was a really cool game. And but the stuff moved based on like the real world stuff, but it was just like a fake. It was like a simulation. The Matrix stock market. Oh, I finally watched the Matrix for the first time. We could do a good movie Trousie take today. Dude, the older I get, I would love to live. I like living rural for the most part. I've done that at certain points in my life. I don't right now. The problem is my in-laws are kind of have health problems, and we stick around in the area to help my wife's parents. So it's tough to, but I'd prefer, like, my preference is living. I feel like I would do well in the Midwest. I feel like I would, man. I feel like it'd be a chill environment. It'd have to be the right place in the Midwest, but I feel like I could do pretty good, you know? Dude, that's amazing. Like, that's so good, Joey. Good for you, man. Also, it's one of those things. Yeah. I'd never seen the first Matrix until recently. I just watched it for the first time in theaters. Dude, I love watching classic movies for the first time in movie theaters. It's so good, dude. Dude, all I can say is much love to you, Casey. Like, that's, obviously I get that. That's much love to you, man. Why was it wasn't boomers. It's Gen X. Why did Gen X have like the most deadbeat dads of all time? Do we have stats on that? How many deadbeat dads were in? Wow, it's crazy, man. Actually, what's the Gen X birth dates? Maybe it was boomers. Maybe it was a mixture. Boomer birth date. Yeah, my dad's actually a bit older. That's it. Whoops. Wait, no, that's, yeah. I don't know, man. Gen X is before millennials. Yeah, Gen X is born, I think Gen X was born 66 to 85, somewhere in that range, not exactly, or whatever. What's up, JW? What's up, man? Maybe it mostly is boomers. Unironically, like, that would be the biggest L moving to the Midwest, would be like the lack of just restaurants in general and restaurant variety. Isn't the Midwest just the middle of America? Yeah. Well, it's because America, depending on like where, America's considered like the Western world. Same how like Asia's like the East, you know. So it's the is that right? It's the middle of the West, but all of the U.S. being the West. Does that make sense? I think that's why it's. I don't even know if that's true. I think that's why it's called that. When's the event start? Good. I almost forgot. Thank you for the reminder. It's in 40 minutes. I'm slow. It's funny because what is Western or Eastern in the world just depends on where you're like where you're from, because it's a sphere, right? But it's because we have that like flat map. It's because of the flat map, which is like extended. It's not fully accurate. It's just to show people, but it's a visual, right? Dude, I'm the same. Do you know how much flack I get for not liking Souls games, Shizu? And to be fair, I've only spent about 3 hours or like 4 hours. I've played Dark Souls 1 for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, beat the first boss, and then I played Elden Ring for about an hour and a half and just like roamed around and got chased down by a giant a ton, and I enjoyed that. I like repetitive, like grindy, like difficult gameplay to overcome, and I just didn't enjoy it. I really don't like the combat of Dark Souls. The combat feels incredibly clunky and incredibly unresponsive, and just like the combat just feels bad to me. But people fucking love it. I'm not saying it is bad. It just feels that way to me, you know. Never played Monster Hunter. No, there's so many games I want to play. There's so many good games, man. There's so many good video games. So little time, so many good games to play. I've got to give Elden Ring more of a shot at some point, and I want to start from Dark Souls 1 preferably. Think about moving to Ohio, dude. I feel like living in Ohio, depending on what part you're at, like bubble. I think living in Ohio could be fucking goated. I think it could go hard, man. I kind of respect it. It's okay being born in Ohio. Stinky. Moving to Ohio to fucking live in a mansion for fucking buy a mansion for $250K. Pog, you know, like, hell yeah, man. And loves it. Like, I love it. I respect it, man. I've been pretty agree with you. My thing with Dark Souls, I think and it's not like, once again, I'm not trying to say Dark Souls are bad games. I'm just sharing my opinion and my anecdotal experience. People get really mad. You know, I don't want to upset the Dark Souls fans. I respect it as a game a ton, you know. I really do. I'm not just saying that to lessen the attacks. If I thought it was bad, I would say it. But like, I think Dark Souls makes you conform around it. You can't like go at your own pace. It feels like people don't agree with that, which is fair. Like I have 3 hours of gameplay, right? So I'm not a Souls like, you know, guy. From my minimal experience, it feels like you have to play by the game's rules. It's the game's way or the highway, you know? Like you can't I don't know. I've just never, to me, like you have to learn the boss's mechanics. You have to dodge the boss. You can't like out mechanic them or outspeed them, if that makes sense. One another. That's maybe I'm conflating. Yeah, I've only ever played Dark Souls 1 and then Elden Ring. The best onboarding title. You can for sure run a cheap build. Yeah, maybe I get that feedback a lot. Is that my build? I mean, I'm just gonna get a build that I like, you know? Maybe I just haven't found a build that I enjoy. I entered this in the wrong. That's fine though. I should have done my son and stuff here, but whatever. I love like the Souls lights are one of those things. One day I will like I'll take a week off of stream. I'll do like a staycation and I'll just grind Dark Souls like 1, 2, 3, maybe Elden Ring or whatever, for like a week straight. I think that's what I got to do. Yeah, exactly. I think I like games where like you can kind of like I like playing Lucio in Overwatch because like if I'm playing Lucio in Overwatch and I'm diving a Hanzo, right? A better Hanzo has the advantage severely. Hanzo has like a 70, it's either like 70%, like a Hanzo versus a Lucio. The Hanzo is like probably 70%, maybe 80% likely to beat the Lucio, right? At a flat, even playing field. But if you're a much better mechanically Lucio, you can fucking stomp Hanzos. Same like Widow is probably an easier matchup for Lucio. I'm also speaking like, you know, years ago over. I don't know the modern day Overwatch to be fair as well. But I like games where like, yes, you're at a disadvantage, but you can overcome it with mechanical skill. And I'm sure Dark Souls is like that, but it's not. I don't know. I just never really vibed with the. It feels like you have to just dodge. I don't like gameplay that forces you to dodge versus like run circles around your opponent and be faster. I guess maybe that's what it is. Like I really like, I want to play a game and be like, damn, I lost because I was too slow. Like that feels good to me. I need to be faster versus damn, I lost because I tried to go in for an extra attack and got punished. Both are valid gameplay systems. The way I even phrased that second one, right? Like it sounds very reasonable, but it irritates me. Does that make sense? Yeah, like dude, I've never played Rocket League and it strikes. I am scared that I would become obsessed with it. I'm scared that Rocket League sounds like totally my fucking game. Like the speed, the mechanics, like that shit. Like I like playing high APM games, at least at my peak. To be fair, as I'm getting older, I'm just fucking slow. So maybe it's changing. My APM on Overwire is, I guess, to be fair, but I didn't want to feel like I was traveling. I like hubs like that in a game to go back to, for sure. That's like a personal preference, obviously, not a critique against the game for the most part, but you shouldn't compete in a battle of wits then. Yeah, fuck that, bro. Fuck being smart. Inge. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? Anywhere, yeah, like that, dude. Some people probably love that, which is really cool. I'm glad that game exists. You know, alpha, like that's, you know, dude. We take those Jinx. Hell yeah, man. That's fair. Don't want to replay them too much. That's fair. That's fair. I still need to. There's so many games to play. I've got. What do I got? I got I was playing the Battlefield Bad Company 2 storyline last night. I had never played that before. I only like the first mission or some shit, but you know, things like that. I'm trying to play Spyro 2. I played Spyro 1 within the past like 2 or 3 years, and I wanted to play Spyro 2, but I kind of just never got around to it. There's just so much. There's so many good games to play, man. There's classic games. I want to play Spyro 2 and 3, you know? Like, yeah, the nostalgia runs feel good, dude. A center hub, a citadel switching with Mass Effect. Like Mass Effect, I played Mass Effect 1 for about like 6 hours. I didn't get that. I took it very slow and I didn't get that far, but I was really enjoying it thoroughly. And then I just stopped. I think I got stuck at one like part and just stopped playing, you know? Yeah, these are all games I haven't really played much. Spyro, I'm like 60% done. Sly Cooper 1, Jak and Daxter. I've gone back and I've replayed all the Crash Bandicoots, so I feel good there, you know? Yeah, Bad Company takes me back, dude. Battlefield 3 was fantastic. Battlefield Bad Company 2 though was like underrated and like really, really good. Battlefield 3 was really fun. I really enjoyed. Yeah. Spyro's tough to play today. I've talked about this, JW Tree. Spyro is nostalgic, and Spyro has some of the best vibes and best atmosphere, best sound effects, best graphics, in my opinion, of any game of all time. The gameplay of Spyro has not aged amazingly well unless you're speedrunning. It's just kind of too simple. Platformer collectathons are not as fun as they used to be when we were kids, because they're just too the pacing. They're just too slow, man, unfortunately. And I still love them. We might have talked about this, JW Tree. I think Spyro is the perfect example of a 1 to 2 beers game. If you want to play an old collectathon, have 1 to 2 beers, and that in my opinion, that like is the perfect vibe. It slows you down in pace with the game, but otherwise I think the game's just sadly not engaging enough. You know, you might need more if you wait, Terminus. I went back and I played Nanosaur, which, if you know what that is, congratulations, you're old. Did you watch? Wait, does he know? Terminus, did you watch my video on Nanosaur? If you just brought up Nanosaur without knowing that I have a video on Nanosaur, that would be the funniest. That's so niche. That would be the most beautiful thing of all time. I have a video covering Nanos. If you come from RetroPad and you know that, that's amazing. There's two options. Did you make? I did not. Okay, I was about to say there's two things. Either you've seen my video on Nanosaur, and number one, that's amazing, or number two, you haven't seen it, and that's even crazier that you're mentioning Nanosaur. I fucking love Nanosaur. Yo, what's up, Tan? You must be a fucking long time. That's like, so I have my face in like most of my all my stream recaps on my streams today, man. It's an honor to have you. What's up, dude? It means you're an OG. If you've never seen the face but you've watched a fair bit of my content, you're probably an OG, man. I do prefer Crash Bandicoot to Spyro. I think Crash Bandicoot's fantastic. I think Crash Bandicoot has aged a lot better than Spyro. Dude, like that's insane, Zero. It's like CTR does hold up. I went back and I have a video on that as well. I went back and I played Crash Team Racing for the first time in like 2023, and I walked away thinking it was the best kart racer I've ever played by far. It's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. I would love to get back to. I love doing these like evergreen long-term video game reviews and video game essays, especially niche games where like if my video essay on Nanosaur is one of the few videos covering Nano, like that's cool to me, man. Like I love doing these like video game essays. They did take a lot of time. Like that Nanosaur video was probably one of the faster ones. It probably only took like 20 to 30 hours, but like the average video essay, video game, playing the game, writing down notes, all the editing, it probably takes like 50 to 100 hours, per maybe like 30 to 100, 30 to 80 maybe is better range. It's just a lot of time, but I love doing it. Oh, Lego games. I love. Well, okay. Oh. I think the Lego games are like Spyro. And feel free to disagree. Obviously, the Lego games to me are a lot like Spyro, where I think they're 1 to 2. I think the Lego games are kind of boring and slow. Like I love Lego Star Wars. They're great. Don't get me wrong. I love them. They're great games. But I think you want like 1 to 2 beers, or maybe I don't know, or just chill, or maybe like watch some TV on the side, or like you want to multitask is the TLDR. Multitask while playing the old Lego Star Wars and stuff like that, in my opinion, you know. Dude, I'm having a that's how I thank you for saying that, Rick Riley. I'm having a fucking super fun time yapping you guys, talking about old games, you know. GG unfollow, most valid unfollow of all time. Yapping to you guys about random stuff makes my Jimmy runs go by faster. Good progress, you know. I'm honored you guys are here, man. I'm happy we can all hang out and form a little fucking fun little meme community, you know. What else did I miss? That's so funny, Xerix. Like you're a hardcore player now too. Like that's so crazy, man. Dude, that's a big step, man. Congratulations to you, Pelly. Your Pokedex completion is huge, dude. Good luck to you, man. Hollow Knight. I gotta retry Hollow Knight. I did not care for it. I'm so sorry. I played 6 hours of Hollow Knight. I think I just don't like Metroidvanias. Like I don't like retracing my steps in a 2D game. I don't know, man. It just feels, I did not enjoy it one bit personally. The mechanics, the fluidity and the mechanics objectively feel beautiful of Hollow Knight, but I just did not enjoy the adventuring element. I just did not enjoy. It's a great question. At what price should you release a Pokemon rather than try to sell it on the GTL? It's a fantastic question. I wonder if I can do a clip. I've been crashing a lot today. Should I try to do a clip? I'm gonna try to do a clip, I think, fellas. Ooh, should I? I'm like scared. This is a great question. Let's try to do a clip on it, fellas. Someone said, at what price should you release a Pokemon rather than try to sell it on the GTL? It's going to be different for everybody, and especially different depending on what part of the game you're into. Because if you're a newer player, you'll take everything you can get. Any bit of Pokeyen matters. But even as a newer player, you don't want to list something, cost yourself the listing fee, and then it never sell, right? For me personally, if something is 2,000 Pokeyen or less, no, this is not a VOD. If something is 2,000 Pokeyen or less, I usually just release it. On the main account, it has Patrouski OT. I'll throw it up for like 1,500 or 2K because sometimes people like to buy cheap Patrouski OT. So if I can get them out there for cheap rather than people buying them and reselling them for too much, they're not worth anything. Like, you know, like I'll do that. But typically, if something's worth less than 2K, because what it is, you're paying 1K for the listing fee and then you're making 1,000 Pokeyen. So if you're selling something for 2K, you're only making 1,000 Pokeyen profit. My general rule of thumb is like 2K to 3K. If something is worth 3K, I'll take the time to sell it. But if it's worth like 2K or less, I don't. And then 2,500 is kind of how I feel that day. It's effort. And if you're a newer player, I think anything worth over 1,500 is probably worth selling, but it depends. The scary thing is, like, let's say you list, okay, let's get the calculator up. Let's say you list 10 Pokemon, right? Let's say you list like 10 Pokemon for 2,000 Pokeyen a piece, right? You're actually only making 10,000 Pokeyen if all of those Pokemon sell, right? But let's say 5 of, I'm done my Jimmy runs, this is perfect. Let's say you list 10 Pokemon that cost you 10K, list them for 2K a piece. Let's say 5 of them sell and 5 of them don't sell, right? If 5 of them sell, you've got 10,000 Pokeyen back, but it's not profit. This is a terrible showing of calculation. If 5 sell, congrats, you broke even. But if the other 5 don't sell, now you've lost money if you want to relist them, right? So that's, if half of your things don't sell at like those low prices, it's just so brutal. And if you're just selling like random little Pidgeys, like you have to, one of the hardest things of learning Pokemon is understanding why does someone want to buy something, right? This Pidgeotto is a decent example. I think this will sell because it's 25 attack plus and adamant. Someone would probably be willing to buy this for a storyline run or for some sort of like storyline help, right? That's the main thing. But if you scroll down to like, let's do Pidgey and sort by lowest, like I don't think this is ever gonna sell. I mean, maybe it's 25 plus and some, like, I don't know if this Pidgey will sell, right? I don't know if this Pidgey will sell. I don't know if a lot of these will sell. This one has some high stats, like, but like, I don't know. I wouldn't bother listing stuff like this personally, the 1,500 Pokeyen ones, but that's me. If you're having success with it, obviously more power to you. But as a quick little tip, I would avoid listing things that are under 2K. I don't think it's worth the risk of losing money on those little trinkets. How's life today? I'm good, man. I'm chilling. I'm crashing a lot on stream, so hopefully I don't crash there. Hopefully no F. If they have why would they sell if they have no 31? A lot of times they don't. Exactly. You got it. Sometimes they will for pragmatic purposes, right? No F. Okay, we're good then. We're good. We dodged it. Hell yeah, hell yeah. No F. Okay. Fucking hell yeah. That's good. Okay. Yeah, if you have 200 million Pokeyen in 1K profit worth Pokemon would you spend? I don't know how to answer that in that way. Like, how many Pokemon? You'd have to have 200. You'd have to have 20 million Pokemon in your boxes or something. What, how many is that? Like, it's like more Pokemon than any person would ever have, right? I don't know, man. Yeah. I have watched Obsession. You always come in and ask the movie questions. I appreciate you, man. Should we do a movie Patrouski take? There's a lot of I watched The Matrix for the very first time, the original. I watched Obsession. What did I last cover in my stream recap? Was Quasi the last movie I covered? Did I already talk about The Matrix? I didn't talk about The Matrix, did I? Oh, I did talk about the. Oh shit. Okay, okay. Why so well in your stream today? I have the. This might blow people's brains, Bidget. I have the window. I have the shades cracked. Sunlight. Whoa! Streamer when he uses natural lighting. Whoa! Dude, it's fuck. I'm kind of not bad. Kind of not bad. Okay. Sunlight. Ah. The real reaction. Gross. Sunlight. What was the last movie I talked about? Did I talk about Lars and the Real Girl? Did I talk about that on stream? Sunlight Pog. What did I gotta keep track of this. I'm so sorry. I know I didn't talk about American Ultra or Clue. Did I talk about Lars and the Real Girl? Okay, Ghost Boy. I'm gonna get less pale soon, okay? I've only ever seen the first Matrix. I'm so behind GDG. Spidge doesn't know how blinds work, so he broke his. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. 90% of blinds fucking suck ass. Blinds are all. How have we not fixed blinds? Could we actually? I could do a whole ramble on that. Blinds are awful. Blinds, like, they either crack light in and don't fully work, or they fucking break constantly or get stuck. I'll take any recommendations. I fucking hate blinds. Blinds suck, man. The only good blinds are blackout curtains, but a lot of apartments don't let you use those. It's fucking cringe, dude. The blinds in my apartment were a trap set by my landlord to fall apart the moment I touched them. So yeah, I literally believe that. Like, they're fucking awful. Curtains just don't exist. Even most curtains don't fully block out light, or like as much as I want. And they don't cover they never. Why is it that curtains are never long enough? They're always the wrong size. Dude, they all suck, man. Interesting. Yeah, I've had multiple apartments not allow blackout curtains. I've never been able to use them. Like, this one doesn't. Gotta get you a cave somewhere. I wouldn't mind a cave. Now we're talking. Curtains over blinds. They are better. That might be on my watch list. I'm gonna go double check. All President's Men. This is not on my. I've heard of it. It's not. I'm gonna add it to my watch. It's in the top 400 on Letterboxd. Robert Redford, Dustin Hoffman. Add it to the watch list. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll take any suggestion, man. Any movie recommendations, I'll take them. Are too dangerous? So I'm not saying this to be like whatever. I just actually don't know. Why are they dangerous? Is it like people commit crimes or so? What's the? Why are blackout curtains? Is it like a mental health thing? Fire hazards. Interesting. Blackout curtains are not generally banned in modern times. However, they are occasionally associated with bans in very specific areas due to fire hazards or... Okay. College dormitories. Many universities ban heavy curtains, including blackout curtains, to pass fire safety codes. It's so dark that like attracts so much sunlight that it can catch fire. Is that that's insane, to be fair. I'm that type of guy where my wife always laughs at me, bro, but it's true. I can feel the moonlight coming through our blinds when I lay down to go to sleep at night, and it drives me crazy. I either want to sleep with the lights on or in pitch blackness, but it's so hard to do that. I can tell the moonlight is coming. I'm the same. Yeah. Gotta close your eyes. You can feel light even if your eyes are closed. Like maybe I'm just fucking, I got those crazy senses or some shit. Like even like if I'm in a dark room, yeah, I don't know, man. Guys can feel the moonlight because of the wolves inside of all of us. Okay, that might be part of it. To be fair, you bring up a good point. Werewolves. That's why it irritates me so much. That's so good. Vampire. Oh fuck. Maybe but that sounds so, it would bother me. Maybe a sleep mask might do it. I sleep with the TV on mute. I love watching. I was watching It's Always Sunny last night while falling asleep. My wife hates it. My wife hates having a TV on while I sleep, and I'm so much love to her for letting me do it some nights. I can't sleep without, I need something keeping my brain busy, or else I just loop, you know? I need the fucking distraction, dude. I love sleeping with the TV on, man. $7. Okay. We could do some movie reviews. We don't have a whole lot of interesting stuff today. Did I already cover anybody who actually watches the movie Patrouski? Did I cover Lars and the Real Girl or no? That's a pretty important one, to be fair. I watched it in theaters recently. Google it. My wife was, oh, true. Thank you. God damn it, Rick Riley. I don't know if I did. Okay, this is gonna be a funny. My background show. Okay, I never watched It's Always Sunny until let's go over to our fossil farm, by the way. I never watched It's Always Sunny until 2024. It was like I think it was 2024 now. Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I'd never seen it before. I binge watched the entire show within like I became obsessed. I binge watched it in like 2 weeks. I never thought I would enjoy it. I always thought it was too, like, I don't know, just like, I don't know, grim. But it was fantastic. I love It's Always Sunny, man. It's so good. Let's grab our. We have shiny spirit tomb chance over here, which is always cool. We have good shiny chances. Grab this stuff. Gotta throw this out for this. There we go. I'll catch a fan. Oh! Thank you. My memory is so bad today, Zabuna. Thank you for the reminder. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not gonna go farm fossils. We have a catch event. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the reminder. I'm gonna calculate that right now. Don't worry, I'm not doing movie Patrouski. This will be for later. Dude, I've been so forgetful today. I'm not doing this now. If you hate movies, don't worry. You don't have to leave yet. Let's show us a rewatch, to be fair. Here we go. We'll save that for later. Okay. Oh, ouch. I did the thing where I ran the wheelie chair into my back of my heel. That's fine. I mean, yeah, I get that, G Money. That's, you know, that's the point, and it's not always something you want to watch. I get that. You know, they're bad people doing bad things. That's kind of, you know, absolutely. What's a catch event? The link to the event should be first thing in the description. If you Google what's a catch event, I also have a video covering it. The TLDR is it's an event where you try to catch the best Pokemon possible. You could win a free, not a shiny today, but you could win a free 6x31 Pokemon and some free reward points. Okay, this event is over at Route 45 in Johto. Let's grab this. There is an Adamant synchronized bonus, so I'll bring an Adamant just in case. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but just in case. At least for the first catch. Guaranteed. And then we'll grab this, I guess. This should be good. Okay. Let's first head over to Johto. 2.6 mil is not a bad cash tag. I'm pretty happy with that. I do need to buy more berry harvesters soon, dude. God, they're so expensive. 14. The event starts in like 10 minutes. The event starts in like 10 minutes, guys. We're heading over. We're heading over. It's coming up very, very, very soon. I think it's below here. It's below Blackthorn. Yeah. You're good. I appreciate you trying to help. You're good, Zabuna. Thank you so much, man. Is my account cooked? It sounds to me, Sifu, you're just building up good luck for the future, Copium. But like, okay, unironically, RNG will even out long term, but that, not okay. The real thing is, dude, good on you for pulling through, Sifu. You've already, the real thing is, you've made it through the hard parts, man. You did it. You've tanked 2 dry shunts to start your account over 2 times dry. You've made it, man. Now you're gonna hopefully get some easier shunts in the future. It's not guaranteed, but like long-term RNG will even out. I say you keep going, man. Good luck to you, man. Best of luck. I think you could, you know, good luck, dude. Okay, it is Gligar, Skarmory, Graveler. We're gonna run some calculations over on Team Synergy really quick. Pokedex. Gligar. I'll let you guys know. We could bring up a, you know what? Let's get rid of the schedule and open up a different notepad document. Event strats. Gligar. Graveler. Arm. Let's sorry, I gotta crop this better. One sec. Thank you guys for your patience. I know a lot of people like to come to the stream to see the best strats, ideally, during the events. Hopefully I can help with. That might not fit, but we're gonna see if this, okay. Gligar is, ooh, Gligar is tough. Wow. Is it gonna be nighttime for the event? So Gligar is going to be False Swipe, Spore, Ultra, Dust if Night. That is not going to fit on at all. One sec. We're going to fix that. Should be nighttime during the event. Yeah. It seems like it's gonna line up to be about that. Exactly. Okay. And then Graveler. This is a tough. Gligar is a much harder catch than I expected, to be honest with you. Graveler is. These are tough catches, bro. What? Graveler is also False Swipe, Spore, Pokeball, 93% catch rate. Or a Pokeball, you can Great Ball it for 100%. That is tough, man. Swipe. Spore. Pokey. 93%. The Ultra Ball is only 93% as well. Skarmory. Let's do these. The Skarmory is gonna be the hardest one, I think. These are tough catches, dude. Skarmory is False Swipe, Spore, Dust Ball, still only 67% catch rate. Holy man. Okay. 6-7. Shut the fuck. Okay. God damn it. Why not spore then swag? Then you give them an extra turn to wake up. It's almost there's certain Pokemon where it's better to spore if they have like double edge or takedown, or like some way to kill themselves. Then you want to spore then swipe. But sporing before swipe, because then so if you spore then swipe and then they wake up on the next turn, now it's a pain in the, or they wake up on the swipe turn. You can be really, really annoying. If you're faster than them, they could wake up on the swipe turn. You're gonna be faster or whatever. Is that right? Yeah, give them extra to wake up. It's not worth it. Not the 6-7. Okay. Let's look at our first catch. Yeah, good next point. If Graveler has double edge, you might want to spore that first. Let's double check. No, I appreciate you check, dude. Thank you. Route 45. Jodo. That's the beauty of catch events, is we're all like just trying to figure out in live time what's the best. You know, we're all just working together. Level 35 to 37. So I think it misses double edge thing. Does it have takedown? 35. These will have self-destruct, right? These are probably gonna have self-destruct. That's annoying. Yikes. That's spooky. Bring damp. Yeah, make sure you guys bring a damp Pokemon. I just found Suicune. Yo, we're preparing for the event. Let's go. That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah, man. Dump. Yeah, bring a dump Pokemon. A damp Pokemon. Yeah. Oh, I fucked up the notepad document again. Here we go. All right. Alrighty, fellas, the Gligar catch event will begin in 6 minutes. I think we have our strategies on screen in that bottom middle section. We're going to be fall swiping, sporing, and then dust balling when it's nighttime. The Gligars. I'm going to go ahead and look for my first encounter here, using a synchronized Pokemon for the first encounter. But then after that, this is going to be a really difficult catch event, dude. Everything is like fall swipe plus spore plus ultra or dust ball. And then Starmie is fall swipe, spore, dust ball, and then it's still only 67% catch rate, which is insane. Someone else just got Suicune in chat. Congratulations. There is a chance that I get Suicune on the IronMan account in this event, and if I do, I'm absolutely going to take the time to just go ahead and catch it, because that's the last roaming legendary I need on the entire account. That would be insane. That would be so sick. That would be all roaming legendaries caught and completed on the IronMan account. To passively get it during a catch event would just be poetic. I'm gonna go ahead and look for a glider. I can hold off on the I can run from this Graveler. These Gravelers will have self-destruct as well, so please make sure to bring a damp Pokemon and be safe about your Graveler catches. But I will see you guys with the first catch and any important catches. Let's go ahead and jump into things. Which I still need on the IronMan account 1,200 reward points to be able to get the 30 donator status that I arguably need / really want, right, before Shiny Wars. I need 1,200 RP still, and we're running out of time. We have about 2 months potentially. Hopefully no F, 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 hopefully no F. Not right before the catch event. That would suck. An F right now would be like worst case scenario. Oh, yes. No F. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Whew. Good. It is not a shiny prize today, sadly. No shiny Gligar up for grabs today, sadly. You asking? It's still a 6x31 Gligar / Gliscor, which is a really good Pokemon, so getting an expensive one sometimes. I spored first instead of false swiping. Why did I do that? Does it have roost potentially? That can be annoying, but should check. Level 36. I don't see roost. Okay, we should be good. Let me go ahead and keybind the right balls as well. Is it gonna truly be nighttime when the event begins? I have 14 Ultra Balls. Fuck. Yeah, Dream Ball is better. Yeah, Dream Ball could be better. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. You're right. You're right. Good call. What a T-ball. I only have 47 dust balls. What the fuck? It won't be better for 15 minutes. Yeah, damn. Okay. This is just gonna be a flexible event. There's not really like, I'll put this in slot 2, but I'm gonna have to be like constantly thinking about and switching what ball this is actually gonna be like complicated. What food would Gligar eat if it was in our world? Probably bugs and berries. It's like a bat type guy. Probably bugs and berries. Maybe mushrooms for getting crazy. I'll probably go with the Dream Ball here at 21. It'll start soon. It might be like 15 minutes IRL time. Good luck to everybody doing the event, fellas. Gligar would eat blood. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. Nah, he's chill. Look at his tongue. Look at his cute tongue. He wouldn't eat blood. Maybe Gliscor. You know, I could see that. Good luck to everybody doing the event, fellas. Good luck. Good luck. Shut up, Tom. Oh, that was your mom. No, dude, that's so fair. I'm trying to be honest about that stuff, Rick Riley. If I was on my main, I probably wouldn't do this event on the main account. You know, if you want to, catch events are really fun. Do them for fun. If you're a new player as well. But like veteran players, does a veteran player need to do a catch event for a 6x31 Gligar? Probably not. You know, if you want to, you can. It's a lot of fun. Not everything needs to be about efficiency. And if you're a new player, it legit is. It's super worth it if you're a newer medium level player. But I get why veterans pass up on catch events like this. You know, as an Iron Man, it's one of the best things you can do on your account is do catch events. They're fantastic for that. You know, what human food would Gligar eat? Cake. I think mostly vanilla frosted cake. Maybe with like some strawberries or cherries on top. Good question. Good question. Any other important Gligar questions before the Gligar catch event begins? Yeah, that's the cope. Yeah, that is the best part of being an Iron Man is you do have to be annoying to be an Iron Man account or be an Iron Man player. It's required. Because you have to constantly remind. Yeah, I'm actually very special and unique, and I play an account that, I don't know if you guys know this, but I play an account that cannot trade or use the GTL. So actually, guys, I actually play a more difficult account than the. Yeah, I'm a little bit special. You have to be somewhat insufferable to make an Iron Man account. That is true. The right level, you know. Yeah, that's dude. The veteran strat, yeah. Buying good catches or breeders, you know, for 100%. After a catch event happens is like the veteran strat, like flipping alphas after an alpha spawn happens. That's the veteran strat. Not even fuck catching the alpha. Buy all the cheap alphas, flooding the market after an alpha spawn. You know, that's the real, like, it is the new player versus veteran player money making memes. Their favorite Pokeball, probably Dust Ball or Love Ball on the weekends. All right. Alrighty, fellas, the catch event has officially began. Let's go ahead and do our first catch. Hopefully with this Dream Ball, it might not catch on this. If it stays asleep, we'll throw another Dream Ball. We have to wait about 15 IRL minutes. Thankfully, that caught beautifully. We'll have to wait about 15 IRL minutes until it's nighttime. 46. I mean, it's better than something like a 120 or whatever. That's interesting. Will that place in the events? Definitely not, right? But it's unique. You gotta appreciate those above average or below average catch wherever possible in an event, because most catch events you're just going to catch Pokemon between like 60 and 130 total store. That's your average event, you know, it's the average person. You gotta just hope for those out of the norm situations. Let's go on to Gligar catch number 2. I will see us with anything super interesting, 2x31s, and then the total mons. I'll probably release things as we go though. Keep those boxes clean right now is really important. I think nighttime is 2100 in game. Yeah. What would you call an account that can only use OG Pokemon but still buy the GTL? You name it whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. That's your time to create. You know, you could call it a Bronze Man if you want to. Some people play like Bronze Mans or Gold Man or Copper Man or, you know, Group Iron Man. Like, that's the beauty. Do you guys Suicune too, Rick Riley? What the fuck? Actually, okay, the real strat has come to this event to get Suicune because that's what everybody's doing apparently. I've seen 2 Suicunes already. That's hilarious. Came for your RP. That's okay. Fuck. The Ironmen have to earn it. You gotta make the that's the real end game strat, is doing catch events that's not efficient for a main account purely to decrease the odds of Ironmen getting RP. That now we're entering Giga Chad levels of grinding. That's really funny. that's amazing. Just trying to prevent Ironman from getting. They gotta earn it, man. They gotta earn it. I mean, you're not wrong. I can also shiny hunt on the main account while I do this. This is a perfect, like, catch events are perfect, like shiny hunt on the side. This is Pokeball. Thankfully this is Pokeball. That's less Pokeyen being spent there. I'm broke for Pokeballs, man. Only 14 ultras here is terrible as well. That's nothing. We released it. Sorry, you're nothing, Graveler. Excuse my language, but you are nothing. You are useless. Apologies. Good luck next time on the respawn. Okay. Oh, the Gravelers are they -5? The Gravelers are chill. The Starmaries are 0. The Gravelers are -5. Are Starmary lore only here? Oh, maybe I don't even need to work. Did he? What did he do? Did he explosion? Did he self-destruct? He self-destructed. Gotcha. No, Starmie's not. Oh, the Quilava. I should have known that too off the top of my head. Quilava's the lore. Starmie's just here. The catch event started 3 minutes ago. You are not late at all. It's the perfect time. Come do it, man. Good luck to you, dude. Good luck, gamer. Not even like, you're not late at all. It's 3 minutes, man. That's the perfect. That's the best kind of late you could be for a catch event, is a few minutes. You know, Starmie's just rare. Gotcha. Bro, use Automize. What a nerd. We ultra here until I'm like hoping for that nighttime super soon, dude. Please, nighttime comes sooner rather than later. I bet you that was like a 60% catch rate. That was not a good catch rate there. That's an awful Starmary too. See you later, nerd. Bye. I should keep it on global chat as well to see any good catch. People like to flex their good catches or bad catches, and that could be that's good information to know. Much total ball events on 9%. Yeah, depends on the, well, Dust Ball helps with like the Glidar a fair bit, I think. Did he just not get beat down? Yeah, the false swipe didn't even put him. Okay, I'm gonna Ultra Ball him. Like, if they don't go low enough HP, I could false swipe and burn an extra turn. Or just, maybe I just do that. I'm broke right now, so honestly, anywhere where I can save Pokeyen is ideal. I could have just ultra or Great Ball there and made it faster. We're gonna do this. 94%. Yeah, gotcha. I hate that route. You hate this route? This route is good. What's your beef? What'd you get here? What bad luck did you get this route? Yo, Parzival, thank you for the raid, brother. What's up? Honor to have you. We're just starting the catch events. It's just beginning. How can you release the Pokemon while catching them? If you go over to the little the summary page should pop up whenever you catch a wild Pokemon. You can go over to like the little computer icon and you can release them. So fun fact, that icon existed for a long time, but it didn't work. It like if you try to do it, it just straight up didn't function. That icon didn't work. Even though it was implemented in the game, it didn't work for like 10 years. It only just recently got fixed over the past like 2 to 3 years. So now that works, which is awesome. If you're an OG player, you might have seen that before, but just you knew it didn't work, you know? It's a funny bit. Dude, thank you for the raid, Pars. What's up, man? We could probably Pokeball here. That's fine. Geodude and Graveler. I really like shiny Geodude. I don't care for... I just heard a noise. Am I just hearing stuff in my head? Probably. I don't care for Golem, unfortunately. I like Graveler, and Geodude's great. I think Graveler is solid. I can Great Ball this. Where's Chimchar Swarm for Route 211? Is that one of those routes with 2 spots? There are very few routes in Pokemon that actually have 2 different locations, which is wickedly confusing. I would check the others. Is that the spot with like the east and the west? I would double. It might be a route with 2 spots, which is really confusing. Sorry about that. I would double check on that potentially. Go for, there you go. Rick Riley's got the tip. Thank you, man. Someone got a 170 already. Let me see. Never give up. The catch events that I've won, I caught 175s or higher in both of them. This is older. This was, let's see. This one's fresh, but it's whatever. People will claim things and they won't link them. You gotta just, people will try to fake you out in global chat. Be careful. This guy said 170 IVs. This is from April 9th. You know, you gotta be, people will try to fake you out. People will try to make others demotivated and quit so that they can increase their chances of winning a catch event. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them do you like that. Was bait? Yeah. You see that a fair bit, man. Just don't pay attention and catch your Pokemon. That's the best strat sometimes. A lot of people get motivated by seeing when someone else catches something good, but that doesn't, like, once again, my Spinarak, I got a shiny Spinarak. I caught a 175 Spinarak with 30 seconds left, you know? Yeah, I actually caught a 250. Go ahead and everybody can give up. Yeah. Based and real. Legendaries that will be added next. The devs talked about Mew or Victini. Those are like the most likely from what they've discussed, like a year or two ago. The Reggie trio would be pretty safe. It's really whatever is like safe, but like then there's an argument of like, is it even worth adding safe legends? Like, would the Reggie trio is not going to do shit. Maybe like Regirock would be relevant in NU. Like maybe there'd be one that'd be like relevant in NU. Like maybe that'd be cool. I mean, I love NU. Not nighttime in game yet, so we're still not dust balling quite yet. The Force of Nature trio, is that the Tornadus and stuff? They'd be way too busted. Yeah, they would be. I could be wrong. Need Latios. I think Latios and Latias are way, my opinion, I'm no expert. I think that'd be way too strong without fairy type. Latias and Latios were a big reason fairy type got created, you know? Like genies and genies and Latios. If those are your favorite Pokemon, I respect it. I encourage, you know, much love to you. I'm not trying to like, I don't think they'd be balanced in current Pokemon, but I also could be wrong. I'm not, you know, it's not my way or the highway around here. That's just my opinion. I feel like those mons would be too broken personally. But I'll give you an example. I also thought that I thought Regenerator Slowbro would be too broken, and it took Smooge and Spidget like talking to me and going through the arguments and convincing me to be like, oh, maybe it's not, you know. So that's, you know, I'm open to change, you know. I can be convinced, you know. Silly busted. Yeah, that's fair. Did I actually F? Uh-oh. I lost 500 frames. Conkeldurr is quite strong. I get that. It is strong. As a casual PvP player, I love to recommend Conkeldurr to new players because he is very forgiving of mistakes. You can just do some disgusting stuff with Conkeldurr. Yeah. How about Landorus? Yeah, the genies would be. It's tough to balance. Like legendaries are just not balanced around an MMO. You know, it's tough. Do you think they'll add roamers to other regions? I'm not sure. The devs don't seem to like, I have videos talking about this as well. The devs don't seem to like roaming legendaries, and I don't love them either, to be honest with you. Well, roaming legendaries are best when they are treated as an extra little treat. If it's like, oh, I can single encounter shiny hunt for Quilava and Skarmory at this spot, decent shiny hunting spot, while also having a chance, you know, you have a good shiny chance and a chance to get like a random roaming legendary. That's awesome, right? I think that's cool. But when you're just hard hunting for the legendaries, it's not very engaging. This is coming from a shiny hunter as well. Coming from a shiny hunter, it's not very engaging gameplay to hunt for the roaming legendaries. But I love them as like an extra little cherry on, like an extra little treat, extra little cherry on top, you know? But I think, and the devs seem to agree. The devs seem to want to move legendaries more towards raids. In general. But I don't know. But also, I don't know. It's one of those things like, I could see them adding. I wouldn't mind roaming legendaries for each region, and then but that's a lot of legendaries, but I can see it, you know. Yeah, as someone who shiny hunts, I love single encounter well, I love it, it's give and take. Single encounter shunting, like going 10,000 encounters or 20,000 encounters single encounter shunting is not great, but it's like you expect it, right? That doesn't feel as bad, but like going 10-20k dry on legendaries feels so much worse. Going dry on a legendary feels so much worse than going dry on a single shunt, you know, for whatever reason. It's just because, like, should dream ball here, you expect a single encounter shunt to last a very, very long time, like hundreds of hours and months, but you often expect a legendary hunt to be like, it's like 20 hours on average. So when it's like 40 or 50 or it feels that much worse, you know what I'm saying? That's tough, you know. Yeah, I went 22. My dryest legendary hunt was 22k dry, and that was one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had on the IronMan account. Like it felt awful. It felt miserable. Yeah, I went super. Yeah, and there's other people who have been drier than that. You know, like there's other people. I've talked to people who went 32k dry. You know, like that shit is brutal on a legendary. You know, but once again, like 32k dry on a single. That's a tough shunt. You've put in a lot of work and effort, but you expect it to some extent. 32k drawn a legendary is just brutal, because that's like we think the rate is somewhere around 1 in 5k. We don't know for sure, but that's like what, that's 6 times over rate or something crazy, like oof, over our guessed rate obviously. But a great ball here. Yeah, that's hell yeah, Tom. We take the lucky encounters when you get them, you know. And then on and yeah, getting okay, there's the luck. That's where all the luck is going. That's so funny. That's not how luck works. I'm just joking, obviously. No, don't say I'm not gonna get a shiny today. What's up, Bem? How you doing? How you doing? Rat Mousky, what's up? Rat Mousky reporting for duty. Where's my cheese? What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? Suicune was 8. Like, that's disgusting. 18.5k. Oh, that's awesome. That's also like, well, all 3 birds under 20k. If we guesstimate it to be 1 in 5k, that's a really respectable hunt, man. Don't even sell yourself short. That's awesome. The first shiny in under 100 encounters is disgustingly amazing. That's crazy, you know. That's awesome. Like, that's what you want to see, you know. Do we dream ball here or just ultra? I think we ultra. It's nighttime in like 1 IRL minute. It's nighttime super soon, guys. It's nighttime super soon, fellas. I do want to take I almost never do this, but I do want to take this time, guys, while we have a lot of people here for the catch event. If you enjoy my content, if you want to go above and beyond and support, the reason I'm able to cover catch events, the reason I'm able to stream, make daily videos, is because of people who go above and beyond. If you have Amazon Prime, it is free to support me with Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, gifted subs, only if I've earned it from you, YouTube memberships, above and beyond support, Venmo, PayPal, all that stuff. I'm able to be here and make all the content that I do full time due to the fan funding. So you guys make it possible. I appreciate everything as much as I possibly can, and if I earn it from you, feel free to go above and beyond and support. If I haven't earned it from you yet, keep watching some content, make sure I earn it from you, make sure you can afford it, all that stuff. Thank you so much. Like, dude, thank you Red Bloods for gifting a sub, man. Allows me to be here. I can't thank you enough, man. I really fucking appreciate it. Thank you, man. The gifted subs are crazy. Like, that's like one of the best updates Twitch ever did. It's like so cool. It's so fun for everybody. It's a good bit, man. I appreciate it. Selfishly, you know, it's good. It's good. Thank you so much, man. Now we can stop shilling like a cringe streamer. It's just reminders are important, as annoying as it is. We can lock it. I haven't seen a single Teddy Ursa yet. There's the Teddy. Okay, sure. Oof. What I miss? Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can support for free by just clicking the like button on the stream. That's true. Like, clicking the like button on a lot of videos just helps a ton, for sure. Ever done? Yes, thank you, Zabuno. You've been hitting with the reminders today. I fucking I'm so forgetful these days, man. I really appreciate it. Legitimately, thank you so much. It's difficult. Well, it's tough. The problem is we all as a community kind of just what's the word, like kind of just try wild ×5 hordes. That's only actually one encounter towards a legendary, but we can't really like factoring in for that is just so difficult. I low-key hate this game now. I'm sorry to hear it. That's a bummer. That's frustrating. I hope you go enjoy things that you do enjoy and play games that you do enjoy. If you hate it, I don't want you to stick around and make yourself miserable. I'm sorry that happened, man, but that's, you know, I totally get that. I can understand why someone wouldn't like. I love this game, but I get it, man. I hope you go find games you do enjoy, man, you know. Man O'Catherby, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate that, dude. Hopefully the content has been helpful enough to earn that from you. If not, it better get to work, brother. I appreciate it. I could be shutting I could shut the main account for sure while I do this. I'm getting a fair bit of Skarmory encounters. Like, that's why, like, this spot is such a good legendary / shiny hunt, because like you get more Skarmory encounters here than I would think, at least, you know. I can dust ball now too. Fuck that move. I am so sorry to anybody who heard that loud enough to get baited by it. I hate that automize. I hate that automize. Sounds just like the shiny noise. The ultimate Iron Man. No, it's what's your? Can I ask your ultimate Iron Man username, dude? Fucking welcome, man. A fellow UIM. Welcome, gamer man. It's Mutt and Vent. Looks like I'll have to go check. Not to like stalk you too much, but I'd love to fucking see your leaderboards. That's really cool, man. UIM's. I feel like it's UIM's one of those game modes you do adapt to it, you know. Gion, I say this with all the love in my heart. I understand you don't like PokeMMO. Why are you in a PokeMMO stream talking about why you don't like the game? I love you. It would be like if I went to Walmart and went up to like every Walmart employee and was like, I fucking hate Walmart. Why, Walmart fucking sucks, man. The prices are bad. The stores, brother, why are you at the Walmart? Brother, just leave the store. and I'm sorry you feel that way. And I respect your opinion, but why are you at the store, brother? You're at the store telling everybody at the store you hate the store. Just leave the store, man. Go play a different game. What are you doing? You're doing it to yourself, man. Our time on this earth is beautiful. Our time on this beautiful green globe is valuable. I respect your opinion. Go spend your time doing things you enjoy, man. We're here to play the game and love it. You don't have to love what we love, but I hope you go, you know, spend your time doing things you do love, man. That's what it's all about, right? Dude, I'm your first MMO as well. Dude, honored to have you, dude. After storyline, look, you're asking one of the most important questions. I have a video called 63 things to do in PokeMMO. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I'm not proud of every video that I make, but this is one of the videos like I'm really proud of. So I think it answers one of the most important questions in the game, which is PokeMMO is, I've said this a billion times, but if you ever heard me say it before, you know, it's an important talking point. PokeMMO is really similar to Minecraft, weirdly, right? Where a lot of people beat the Ender Dragon in Minecraft and then ask themselves, what do I do now? You know, and it's hard to answer that question sometimes. A lot of people just move on, which is totally respectable and understandable, you know. Not every game is meant to be a forever game for every person, you know. It's in fact a pretty small percentage, you know. There is so much to do in PokeMMO at endgame. If you have goals and if you enjoy it and if you love the game, I always talk about, like, there's so much. I'm overwhelmed with how much I want to do. There's so many goals, so many on my main account, on my IronMan account, challenge accounts, challenge runs, Nuzlockes, hardcore Nuzlockes. I have too much to do, you know. And it's like you have to like phases. That's how I feel in Minecraft sometimes. But then sometimes I load up Minecraft and I'm like, I just don't know what to do today. I don't know what to build. You know, I have a forever world in Minecraft, so it's very much the same thing as PokeMMO in my opinion. Like, you have to work for it a little bit. You do have to work for it a little bit. Not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants to come home and be like, I can't wait to figure out what goal I want to do today in my video game. A lot of times people want to come home, queue up for a Fortnite game and just relax. No shame in that. That's a good thing, you know. But sometimes you want to come home and work towards something and have that Minecraft forever world that you're making progress to, that you can log on year in and year out and see how it's changed and evolved and see your impact like on the world over years, which is a beautiful, it's just you know. So PokeMMO is kind of like that, where like you're building an impact, you're building an account, you're building a world, you're creating that progress, right? Yeah. Do you have any idea how many IronMan accounts exist? Like roughly, I would say less than 1,000 for sure. Maybe around 1,000 or less. I would say around 1,000. That's my guess. Yeah, Rick Riley was on a very similar page. I'd say about 1,000 or less. I don't think it's more than 1,000. I think IronMan is really niche. I don't think it's, I don't think it's some crazy popular thing. I could be wrong. We don't have data, Be back after, dude. Hopefully it gives you some inspiration and some ideas. Animic, good luck to you, man. I hope it's helpful. I'll take a 31 attack glider. That's fine. Pretty chill event so far, nothing crazy. Who is going above and beyond? Rick Riley gifting over to Duck. Thank you for the 12 total gifted. You're always amazing in chat, man. It's an honor to have you, Rick. Also, I see your positive comments on YouTube every day, and I look forward to a little bit, man. It means the world, man. Seriously. Thank you so much. Since advantage on an IronMan account could go off during off season. That is such a good question. Suggestions for vanities an IronMan can go for during the off season. That is such a good question. I could do a whole video on it. The main thing that comes to mind, dude, hell yeah, Calm. Happy to have, much love to you, man. Thank you for the kind words and good luck to you on your journey, man. The main thing that I can think of is like the Voltorb flip hat. But I don't even have that on my IronMan account because motherfucking fuck Vault. I hate Voltorb flip. Fuck Vault. All my homies hate Voltorb flip. God, I hate Voltorb flip. But like, yeah, PvP hats are a good one. That's true. The Voltorb flip hat, the PvP. There are a lot. You can do like the Pokemart. There are Pokemart vanities scattered throughout the world. The conical, the like Luffy. There's that Luffy straw hat. If you're a One Piece fan, meh. There's a few. There's not a ton. Like most vanities come into the game. God damn it, the self-destruct after the whatever. Most vanities come into the game through event season and through sealed product for sure. I love Voltorb flip. I hate Voltorb flip, dude. Don't get me started. I need a guide. There's a Voltorb flip solver. That's what I used. And it's still the Voltorb flip. There's a I'm gonna get rage baited, I swear. But like, there's a solver for Voltorb flip, but it is not 100%. You still have to take coin flips. Even if you use the solver, you still have to hit like a 20% chance or like a 50% chance to explode, and then a 25, and then a 10, and that like you have to hit like all three of those back to back. And if you don't, you get reset. What's an IronMan account? An IronMan, it's inspired by the RuneScape. It's almost the same thing as the RuneScape account. It's an account that cannot trade or use the GTL, is the TLDR. I did just upload a video, PokeMMO IronMan rules. I just uploaded a video going over all the rules, and then I have my YouTube series on the IronMan accounts on my channel as well, which is hundreds of hours. I think it's a lot of hours of gameplay. All 1,858 hours of this account are condensed and shown on YouTube in some way. And I stream a lot of it as well. I've streamed almost this entire account. But here is the full IronMan rules for anyone interested. It's okay. Don't worry, Sunday. We're on the same page. I despise Voltorb flip. It is, yeah. That's just impatience. Yeah, it's constantly inputting things into a, what's it called? Into a solver, and then still being wrong. That's the Voltorb flip experience. Because you just got unlucky. It's a patience thing. As a shiny hunter, you would think I would have enough patience to do Voltorb flip. Turns out, nope. don't like that one. Nope. Not every grind is the same. Not quite, man. Almost out of... I gotta heal. I've got to heal less than 30 minutes in. That's kind of crazy. We out of spores. There's not that many vanities that come into the game outside of event. Like, event season is most of the vanities, which that's the kind of the point. You know, it makes a lot of sense, to be fair. It is really hard to make Pokeyen. I mean, I would watch I'd watch my series. My series goes through like all the IronMan journey and creation, or you can skip to parts you need to. It's all time stamped. Early game Pokeyen is really hard, like really hard. Yeah, 33 minutes left, Duck. Yeah, yeah. Payday is really it. Like, until you get trainer reruns, or that's why getting a gym rerun team is so crucial. Getting a gym rerun, or just like, yeah, just doing the storylines and getting the passive yen from the trainers is like one of the best ways. Those early, super early stages. I look like fucking blue pale. I'm looking like a blue rare steak. I'm looking so pale. I look blue right now because the fucking my blinds and my my light, man. Blue rare pale. What's usually a good number to aim for in catch events? I just double false swipe. Whoopsie. Usually fourth place is about 16 to 20 total score, and then it depends on the event, so give us some fluidity, right? You're still mewing. Okay, god damn it. Mooing, true. Okay, either way is a different joke. Okay, but yeah, fourth place is like 16 to 20 overall score on average. Different events, different bonuses can have different scores, obviously. First place I would say is typically around like 174. Second place typically around 172. Third place around 170-ish. Yeah, that's like there obviously it massively can depend on the event, you know, but that can. Yeah, I'm shiny today. That's the rare Patrouski. Yeah, shiny stream. True. That's the cope. Yeah. I'm out of spore. Okay, whoops. I gotta go with this, and then I gotta go heal after this. What's been your favorite Iron Man episode yet? I can't pick a single. I just can't do a single episode. I can go over a few moments, but I don't want to spoil stuff if people haven't seen it and don't want spoilers. There are certain catch events. You know, I would say good catch event moments are some of the best moments, man. Unlocking the gym rerun team, that was a really big deal. My alpha Tyranitar breed, my alpha Drillbur / Excadrill breed, that was like yesterday. All the event episodes were really tough. The Halloween event, Christmas event, Lunar New Year, there was so much grinding in those. So I have a new episode of the Iron Man. I haven't been doing new episodes for a while because I've mostly just been doing Shiny War prep. So there's not a whole lot of exciting. A lot of my Iron Man content right now is just daily grinds. It's catch events, gym reruns, trainer reruns, berry farming, fossil farming every day in and day out. And it's not the most exciting thing to commentate over, but it's something I got to do and I want to do to achieve my goal of getting top 50 in the Shiny Wars and be one of the best shiny hunters in the game on an account that is restricted, on an account that cannot trade or use that GTL. That's the big goal in my PokeMMO career right now. What was I gonna say? Episode 32 is coming out. It comes out either Saturday or Sunday. It's coming out very I forgot to go heal. God damn it. Episode 32 is coming out very soon. It's the first episode post event season, and event season ended what, 3 months ago, so it's a big deal. And it's almost 200 hours of progress in one episode. The episode itself is almost 4 hours long. So I'm sorry to serve you the Lord of the Rings extended edition, you know, on a Saturday, but keep in mind it's 4 hours long of video, but it's almost 200 hours of progress condensed into that. So that's like, even though the Iron Man episodes are so long because there's so much progress in them, you know. 30, think about it, like 32 episodes of a series fits 1800 hours of progress, you know. Must be nuts. The main thing, I mean, I mostly just do clips. The main, it just takes a long time to drag all the clips. It takes me a few hours usually to clip everything together for an Iron Man video. It's a fair bit. It's a lot of, it's mindless. It's not like, and I don't do it. I'm not good at editing. I don't do intense editing. I wish I did, right? But I kind of just do the casual, chill vibe of clips strung together, and there's some things, you know, here and there, but I'm pretty casual in the editing. I aim to be second monitor content. I like that. I like to watch second monitor content. I like to be second monitor content. No shame in that. I keep forgetting to heal. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, I'm not, dude. I'm not gonna have. I'm hoping that I will at least get a donator status Sunday, but I'm not gonna have like any shiny charms during war. The biggest, a big debate is, should I be able to join my teammates' charms during war? And I don't know. I think I don't know what I've decided on that yet. I honestly don't know. I could run a poll and see what people think. Because there's the tug in the pool there of, if I don't join my teammates' charms, I'm letting them down and I'm hurting their chance of doing well, you know? That's not the point. The point of the Iron Man account is not to drag others down. It's to be alongside them, even though I'm restricted, even though I'm dragging myself down, right? But it's a tough thing. It's honestly, I don't know, man. Whatever. Yeah, it's a really tough. I have to think about it more, but I don't want to just be giving my account an advantage just because I'm doing shiny wars compared to other Iron Men. Like, that's not fair. Like, it's really tough, man. It's really tough. I think I might just not allow it, but that's, once again, I'm gonna have to think on it more. It's really arguable. It's really a back and forth. I'm open to community feedback and discussion on that. Oh yeah, hopefully people can accept my ruling. You know, I appreciate that, but I understand if you don't agree with it. That's fine. But that's one of the tougher. There have been some tough like calls to make on Iron Man, you know. No, yeah, there's no, I think that's so reasonable, head, you know. I think it's so like, I don't know if just participating in shiny wars should get you special privileges as an Iron Man account, you know. It's tough. And you're, to be fair, I'm already holding back my team by being, I can't do eggs. I can't spam Leppas the way a main account could to some extent, you know, but I can do a fair bit, right? I'm trying to make up for that, right? So it's a lot, man. It's tough. Now that is, yes, that actually is, if for some reason we have two Iron Men, you know, if there's another Iron Man in the team and they want up, I think Iron Man can join other Iron Man charms. I think that's fine. Exactly, Rick Riley. Yeah. Do you already have a team for war? I haven't made the announcement yet, but I think I've committed to a team. I believe I kind of soft committed, but I think when I hard launched the announcement, I'm gonna hold that for the time being. I think, but I believe I've committed to a team. No, I decided it was discussed. That was another like, what should I do? Duck, that was a very long discussion. Should I be on an Iron Man only team? And I think we can, I just don't know if there's 30 Iron Men. It's really cool in theory. I don't know if there is 30 Iron Men who can play PokeMMO and shiny hunt 10 hours, 12 hours a day. Like, I don't know, like, I just don't know if there's enough. And as well as, it's similar to the raid situation. Some people thought that I should only be able to raid with other Iron Men, and I was like, that's a huge problem, because what if the amount of Iron Men that can raid is not divisible by 4? Number one. Number two, then you have to like be online at the exact times and work your whole schedule around raiding with other Iron Men, and in no other MMO, in no other game is that a rule. Like, Iron Men can raid with main accounts in RuneScape, but the difficulty is being there. The difficulty of raiding on an Iron Man account is getting the Pokemon, getting the Sun team, getting the Rain team as an Iron Man account. The difficult part is getting there and pulling your own weight as an Iron Man account. I don't think it also needs to be like, oh yeah, you also could only, that's my, but feel free to disagree, it's my opinion. Like raids was an easy one for me, and we talked about it still, we want to discuss everything. Raids, I decided you definitely don't need to raid with other Iron Men. Shiny War was a really tough one that I just decided recently. You know, I think I'm not going to be on an Iron Man only team, because it's just too much of a restriction, similar to raids, where like, that's not the point of the account. The point of the account is to be, the point of the Ironman account is to be on the battlefield alongside main accounts, and for people not to be able to tell who's an Ironman and who's a main account. I think like that's really interesting. Yeah, almost, probably nobody BBN, you know, but some people, yeah. I mean, if I like, yeah, it would go hard Sunday. Like I don't like, the idea is so cool, you know, the idea is undeniably so cool. Yeah, charms equals more shinies, more content, and stream fun. Man, I'm really, but I don't want to also, but I also don't want to allow rule stipulations just for the fun of content. It's tough. It's a really tough. I don't know, man. It's really, really tough. The should I be in shiny charm links during war is a really, really tough. Also, it's unfair to my teammates. I won't be popping any charms, so now I feel bad. I don't want to, you know, milk their charms only. I don't think synchronize is worth it for events where you're catching these mods are too difficult. If you can like quick ball or nest ball, I think synchronize is worth it. I used synchronize for my first one and that was it. But it's obviously like, it's tough to tell what the most efficient strat is for some catch events because it's on the fly, on the day, trying to figure out, you know. A lot of times just do whatever, you know. I think about titles. Titles like as in like old MMOs would use like the legend title if you like defeated all raids or some shit. I never found titles to be that cool in MMOs. I think they're fine. I'm neutral. If other people would like them, why not? Maybe that's the, you know, I don't have a hard preference on them. I'm pretty neutral on titles. Like it's a cool old MMO. I like that it reminds me of old MMOs, you know, like that's cool. These catches are very mundane. Apologies for the I mean, that's most catch events are just gonna be average. That's the whole point, you know. Most catch events are gonna be Pokemon caught between 60 and 130 IVs, you know. If I would say like if 300 people show up to each catch event, right, that means that you're gonna have to play like 300 catch events on average to win one. If we're theoretically all doing the same, which we're not obviously in the same strategy, but just to generalize it, you know. I'm so glad to hear that, mate. Also, someone with the username Maidenless starting an Ironman account, I can't lie, that is perfectly beautifully, that's poetry, you know. Welcome. I love it, man. The Ironman account it's a lot of fun. It reminds me of like old school PokeMMO, which was the same reason Ironman account was created on old school RuneScape, was to remind them of like older times and kind of get back to that balancing. And yeah, it's great. I love it, man. It's really, you get excited when you get like a nice catch, like a, you know, 20 plus in certain IVs, or, you know, if I get a 1x31 on a main account, I don't care. I simply don't care at all. It's worth almost no Pokeyen, right? If I get a 1x31 on an Ironman account, everyone matters. Every single 1x31 matters, man. Everyone is a breeder that you can breed up into a 5x or a 6x, and like every IV matters again on an Ironman account, where they don't matter as much these days on a main, sadly. But that's, yeah, my boomer chasing nostalgia a little bit, but that's, I think it was also better balanced. That's just, you know, each their own type beat. Someone got a 67 Gligar. Okay, how funny would it be? It'd be cool to do a side prize in catch events where like the first person to catch a 67 and link it to a staff gets like 100 RP. That's or like, you know, like that's, or like a shiny charm, like some like a meme number, like a 69 or some dumb shit. It's good like little side bet. I doesn't want to change name color. I'm neutral on titles, but if it makes people, I'm happy for them. Yeah, I'd be down. I'm not like dying for something like that as Mafet, but not against him by any means, you know. Hell yeah, you know, why not? I can't imagine titles would take that long to code as well, but I'm not a game developer. What do I know? Yeah, Duck. Yeah. Don't get me started. It's a bummer, man. I could either, and I do dwell on it sometimes. I could either dwell on it, or I could just try to. I have fun on the Ironman. I love the Ironman account. You know, playing the catch events feels super good and efficient and relevant. Catch events are so fun, and Iron Man making catch events meta. Like, catch events are so meta, so good on Iron Man account is awesome. Leech and Shining Charms is the meta. Yeah, Giga Chad. So dumb. You can catch some Pokemon for profit, like Dittos, Nintata, but it's so much harder these days. There are certain ones, you know. So you can synchronize like Gibbles or certain things. What's up, Maniac? It's called luck, man. It's called luck. It's called RNG, and RNG will even out. You know, it's one of those things. Like, some people, they buy one lottery ticket and they win 20 bucks, you know, off a $1 scratch off. And some people won't win a single lottery ticket for 100 tickets, and then they, you know, they in the long run you'll lose with that. Obviously, so that's not a great example, but RNG is RNG. Welcome to video games and grinding and MMOs like that. You got to just take the good with the bad, you know. Appreciate when you're wet, appreciate when you do get lucky and get through the dry streets. Everyone will get dry streets. You want to avoid, I really despise victimization mentality. Do not become that person who's like, oh, always me, I'm always dry. Don't be that person. There's nothing more insufferable than when someone's like, yo, Patrouski, I just got Sweet Tune on 2 encounters, holy shit, pod. Don't be the person who's like, meanwhile, me over here, 100k dry, womp womp. Like, don't make someone's achievement your misery, right? Like, it's I want to, you know, you're grinding and you deserve that respect. That's awesome, but like, sometimes people get really annoying about it. You just want to avoid that. PokeMMO is a grindy game. There's RNG. It's gonna, you have to play the long term, you know, but it's hard to avoid sometimes, dude. I'll be honest. I get the victimization a little bit in Magic the Gathering. You can ask my wife. Dude, there are some times where I'll play a draft and I'll be like, bro, I got so fucking unlucky. Sometimes you play a draft where you flood one game and you drought another game, and you start the draft like 0-2 and you're like, this deck is fucking good. I'm just getting really shit luck, you know? And that sucks. That matters a lot on like a Magic the Gathering draft, you know? So like, you know, but then sometimes you get super lucky in a future draft. So it's just so your opponent floods, your opponent droughts, you know. It's just gotta go with the flow, you know. Was RuneScape your first MMO? No, I actually started playing Pokemon before RuneScape. I played PokeMMO back in 2013. Started playing RuneScape in like 2015, 2016. It was not my what was my first MMO? One of my first MMOs, this is very niche. Very few people know this. I know JDB Tree played it and knows about it. I played a game called Nestalgia. Nestalgia. Beautiful, like old 8-bit, 16-bit game. What's hilarious is like, that was one of my first MMOs. And it's called Nestalgia because it's meant to be a nostalgia MMO about NES RPGs. I didn't grow up playing NES RPGs, but I fell in love with this game. It's a good reminder of like, young people do appreciate history, and they will fall in love with like old games or old things, even if it's not all nostalgia. Some things are just good, you know. I fell in love with Nestalgia, even though I had no nostalgia. I didn't grow up playing the SNES or the NES, or I didn't grow up playing Dragon Warrior or what's the other. I didn't grow up playing those like old JRPGs or like those old, like, you know. But I love them, you know. It's almost like Pokemon, I guess. And I guess I grew up playing that, but that's, you know, that's the closest thing, I guess. I love Nestalgia, man. If anybody else played, yeah, that game looks awesome. The servers are still up, but it's like literally zero. It's a dead MMO. Genuinely zero people play. I've wanted to revive this game or do a playthrough of this many, many times. It is such a cool game, and there are so many like Easter eggs and puzzles. I still remember there are certain fake walls that I still know to walk through. Like, I loved this game, dude. It'd be really cool to like stream this and play, like revive it sometime or some shit. It'd be really cool. Adventure Quest. There you go. Yeah, like yeah. Nestalgia was Spiral Knights was a bit. So Spiral Knights was a lot of people played Spiral Knights because it was one of the first free-to-play games on Steam, period. Who remembers? Who's old enough? Who's the unk? Raise your hand. Who's the unk who remembers when free-to-play games were added to Steam? There were not free-to-play games did not exist on Steam at always. It used to, like, the first free-to-play games were like APB Reloaded, Champions Online, Spiral Knights, What else? It was a very niche. Free-to-play games were not popular back then. They were not really a thing. We love to, and I love to complain about microtransactions as much as the next guy. Don't get me wrong, okay? But I also do love that I grew up in an era. I would have played so much less video games. I'm terrible at speaking. Without free-to-play games existing, you know? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Chaos. You know, L-Sword was one of the. Yup, that was one of the first. Yup. Good call. TF2. So TF2 wasn't. You probably know this, but TF2 wasn't even always free to play. I bought TF2 back in the day. I'm so pale and bright right now. It's fucking insane. I bought TF2 for $10, and if you bought TF2, you have like the trader pass or whatever the fuck. Spiral Knights is a beautiful game, man. I'd love to do a video on RetroPad about Spiral Knights, man. Tales of Pirates. I've never heard of that. I love hearing about different old. I played a game called Cyber Monsters way back in the day. I loved that, man. I'm glowing today. This Paul, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? It's the sun. I could close my window, but you know what? Fuck it, we glow. Fuck it, we ball. Bro, yeah. Say it. I'm a vampire. If you're married, I'm sure your wife quotes that scene a ton. My wife does, at least, to be fair. That's good for you. I might need a little more sun, it turns out. I might need maybe, just maybe. We still have 12 minutes in the event. Equals Edward. I mean, at least I'm not a psycho. I am if you're Team Jacob, just fucking tell me you're shallow. My wife is Team Jacob. Uh-oh. Doghouse. We're chilling. Nanovore. That sounds familiar. I don't know if I do though. No, I do not know. I'll be honest, I don't know this game. It looks fucking cool. What? This looks like some total shit I would play. Nanovore. What? This looks like, it reminds me of like Spore. I wanted to play Spore so bad growing up, but I couldn't afford it. Dude, I wanted to play Spore so bad. I should go back and I've still never played it. Because Spore always reminded me of Zoombinis. Yo, okay. Where are my Zoombinis kids at? Where are we at, boys? One sec. Hold up. We're on the topic. I mean, if we're gonna be on the topic of old PC games, I might as well whip out the collection, boys. Where are my Zoombinis, Where are my Zoombinis logical journey lovers at, bro? Speak up. Raise your hand. Any Zoombinis in chat? You should catch the Geodudes and put them in part level and evolve. You cannot, so that would be cheating. You will get disqualified. You cannot wild catch a lower Evo and then evolve it to submit as an entry. It does not work like that. But I like the critical thinking and trying to, you know, maximize chances. I respect the idea. So we got what? We got Zoombinis. We got, yo, where am I? If you're a Bugdom Giga Chad, oh my goodness. I've been trying to do a Bugdom video for like a year and a half. I love me some Bugdom. Holy guacamole. Where's my is missing the front? Don't. What do you know about you? Don't fucking get me my heart rate's gonna. Don't get me started about UB Funkies. Why is it cheating? It's against the rules, brother. If you read the catch event rules, it's literally one of the rules. You can't evolve the Pokemon. Piz, this is like saying like, I love you so much and I appreciate the creativity, but this is like walking into a Walmart and stealing a candy bar and then being like, where does it say I can't take a candy bar for free? Brother, it's just against the rules, man. Respectfully. If you read the event rules, it will say you can't unevolved or evolve, like evolved ones don't count or whatever. Anyways, okay. Bugdom, Hoggies, fucking UB Funkies, don't get me started. I don't have the cover for this, but it's one of the StarCraft expansions. Brood War. I'm virtue signaling. I never played this one growing up, but I have a copy of it. But I never played it. I'll be honest. Same with this. Haven't played it, but I own it. I love collecting things I never even played. Warcraft 2. I love having this on hard copy. Morrowind Game of the Year edition, hard copy. This thing's heavy too. It's got manuals in here, bro. Ever played Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, I played. Wasn't a huge fan. I respect Yu-Gi-Oh though. Warcraft, yeah, I never played it, but I know of it a lot. Obviously, I respect it. It's worth so many games. Wasn't Dota like a Warcraft mod? How many games have spun off of Warcraft? You know, Warcraft 3 specifically, right? Yeah, changed it. Yeah. I never played Warcraft 3, but I know it like inspired most MOBAs. Wasn't like League inspired by Dota type beat? Anyways. Pinball and solitaire, the like 3D the space pinball, banger. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, I played Fluffles in Yu-Gi-Oh back during Dantes. What's the Xyz monster? Xyz, that shit was busted. Everybody fucking hated Dantes. Dante Yu-Gi-Oh. Dante was insufferable. Everybody hated it. Everybody had to play it. It was like during Burning. I played Yu-Gi-Oh during the Burning Abyss metagame. I was not a very good Yu-Gi-Oh player. I was very casual. I'm mostly a Magic the Gathering. Now I do have I'm a decent Magic player. I have pretty good Magic experience. Yu-Gi-Oh I never really got into as much. It's interesting how like the stack, which is how spells resolve in Magic the Gathering, is like reverse from how chaining works in Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, Burning Abyss. Yeah, yep. Yeah, you know the lore. There you go. I tried to play. I played Fluffles and I played like it was a fun like FTK OTK style of deck where you get like a big woof and then you like attack out like you get a woof and you attack like 8 times or 6 times or whatever, or 4, but you want to go for 4, and then but it's 2000 power, so you want to just, you know, but it's if they play something higher than 2000 power on turn 1, you kind of just lose. Not if your deck was built right, but I was bad. It was fun. I'm very hyper casually shiny hunting on them. I've gotten like maybe 300 encounters all stream, Duck. I'm very hyper casually popping a few hordes here and there, you know, it might as well type beat. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is tough, man. It's a complicated game. I respect you because at least it has like a card game. To me, needs to have instant effects to be able to reach levels of complexity where it's like really fun. I never played Gwent, sadly. I really want to. That's why like Hearthstone, in my opinion, I could beef with Hearthstone all day. Hearthstone's a very fun casual game, but the biggest joke of a competitive game that I've ever played in my entire life. As someone who put about 2,000 hours into Hearthstone, I fucking hate Hearthstone. Way too much. They leaned into the RNG. Babbling Book, Yogg Saron meta. I get actual fucking nightmares, PTSD, fucking flashbacks. God, I hate Hearthstone, but love me some Miracle Rogue. I love card games. I played a lot of card games, man. Actually, you would never summon Pot of Greed. It is a spell. It's actually not a creature, so you would never say I would summon Pot of Greed. Also, Pot of Greed is banned. Is Pot of Greed, is it probably still banned in Goats? I don't know if the Goats format like old school in Magic. I know the Goats format was like being created when I last was like in the card game scene, like talking to Yu-Gi-Oh players. Deathwing, yeah, dude, fucking dude. I never minded Deathwing as much, but like that era, dude, Hearthstone just did some crazy shit. There were some cool combo decks in Hearthstone, but there was just way too much art, too much summoning of cards and randomly generating this, randomly. They leaned into the RNG of an online card game that a physical game can't do, which is cool, but it's just not competitive. Every video, I don't know if I have. I don't know. Yeah, I love gold fishing the Pokemon TCG, but I'm glad that I'm not a competitive PTCGO or PTCG player, right? The fact that Pokemon's a fantastic kids card game, but the fact that it does not have you have to have instant effects just adds so much extra layers and details to card games. You have to be able to like counter spells are one of the most important things in Magic. It is the dead giveaway. If you are anti counterspell, I'm anti you. No, I'm just kidding. That's a little dramatic. But anti counterspell is, to me, is one of those like dead giveaways of like this, which is not a bad thing. It's a very casual Magic player. There's nothing wrong with that. If you hate counters, if I'm annoying, I get it, man. I totally get it. But it's one of those things. Damn, our counterspell is important and balanced and needed for the health of the game and all, you know. But I'm used to Force of Will. I love Force of Will, man. So I'm definitely biased. Fucking Reverberate. There you, that's fucking based. I love Misdirection. Red player. No, don't even get me started. You're out there playing some fucking is it a Void Fate? I love some weird counter spells. A Void Fate, 1 green mana for it's 1 green for an instant that counters target instant or aura spell that targets a permanent you control. Little green protection counter spell, like that's funny. I love weird and niche counter spells. A Life Force. Is Magic good for a newcomer? Yes and no. It doesn't matter because the game is so I love Manatithe. Yeah. If you get me on a Manatithe or a God forbid a Force Spike, I'm gonna shake your hand and fucking be the happiest, you know. Hell yeah, there you go. Yeah, hell yeah, Xerax. Magic is I love it, man. It's fucking beautiful. How do I explain Magic? It doesn't matter what it is, just play it. It's just so good. But the thing is, like, Magic's expensive. That's the main problem with it. And it's time consuming and expensive is probably the main things. But it's such a good game. And you can play on a budget. You absolutely can. And at least with it, like, if you're, to be fair, comparatively, if you're going to spend money on a hobby, Magic the Gathering, I shouldn't encourage cardboard addiction, but like Magic the Gathering is one of the best hobbies to spend your money on because the singles often will hold value or climb depending on not always, depends on what you buy and when, to be fair. You can resell, you can recoup your losses. If you spend money on microtransactions on like PokeMMO or on a video, you're never, that money is, you're never getting that back, which is fine. You're spending money for, the whole point of money is to have it, to enjoy yourself and have fun. Don't get too looped into like the efficiency brain of things. But I do like that when I buy, you know, an expensive Magic card, and I can sell this. If times get tough, if I need to, I can sell this. If things are, you know, you know, it is good, man. Good, it's good and bad. I can also, the problem is that can also loop you into spending way too much money. So please be careful and responsible. It's tough to. I'm with you, Barrels. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Magic has a good online. It has a fine online client in Arena, and Arena's getting better. Force of Will just got added to Arena, and I'm really excited for that, to be honest. Arena is getting better and better and better. I like drafting on Arena is fantastic. I love drafting on Arena, but playing with physical cards just feels so good. Moto kind of sucks, unfortunately. It's really hard to collect. It's hard to collect IRL Magic cards and then also play on Moto. It's just too expensive, man. I don't want to do both, you know. Yeah, Catherby, RuneScape knowledge, PokeMMO player, and Magic the Gathering king. I can tell you're 1000% right. Magic the Gathering has 2 imperfect clients that both have different strengths and weaknesses. Yes, you nailed it. And I would recommend, especially if you're new, I would recommend MTG Arena all day. Moto is really only needed if you want to play like Legacy. And I honestly, even then, I consider myself like a retired Legacy washed up player. I like watching a lot. I watch Bosch and Roll, and why do I always forget the other guy's name, who's also very sweet and amazing? And I don't mean to. It's not a slight at him to forget his name. I just have terrible memory. There's 2 Legacy content creators that are like the guys, and I love watching them, and I love watching them play Moto. I can't afford it, man. I can't afford to drop $400 on a digital deck. That's just, I'd rather buy physical cards at that point. That's so much, man, for me personally. I've heard really good things about playing Magic the Gathering on Tabletop Sim. I gotta check that out sometime. I appreciate the reminder. I gotta check it out. I gotta put a Pokeball here. Whoops, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, that is like, that's the beautiful thing with Magic. Like, you develop it. Your collection really does develop over time. You can get good deals. Like, absolutely. Yes, the event did just end. Good call. That was a wasted catch, but that's okay. Just go. Yeah, I should definitely try out Tabletop Sim. The event did just end. Good call. Good call. Yeah, never asked a woman her age, a man his salary, and then a Magic player how much their competitive commander deck costs. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. It's tough to find an online, for some reason, Barrels, it is really hard to find an online competitive, well-balanced, free-to-play card game. It's really fucking hard. It really is. I do think MTG Arena does a pretty decent job of like giving out free packs and free gold, like in the quest. Like MTG Arena's, I spent $5 in it. I bought like the welcome pack on Arena. That's it. I try to just, I do my quests, and I probably do about one draft every 2 days, maybe one draft every 3 days or so on Arena on average. I'll often do like one a day, or yeah, sometimes, but I love drafting on Arena. Drafting is really fun. And if you can average like enough like 5 wins, you can go infinite. I don't quite, I'm like just barely. It depends on a format. If I'm learning a format, I can't do it as well. Like, I lost a lot of my stocked up golden gems on TMNT draft. I fucking hated TMNT draft, but I wanted the draft, so I kept doing it. TMNT was just so inconsistent. I think it's Strixhaven. It's I don't love the limited, honestly. It's fine. It's not as bad as TMNT, but I haven't quite found my stride, and it might just be a practice thing. I've probably done 6 Strixhaven drafts. I draft a fair bit. It's probably the #1 game that I play other than PokeMMO is like Minecraft and MTG Arena draft. I just do quick draft as well. I just like the cheapest. I want to be able to just draft infinitely, and I don't passing packs and understand what colors are open is a whole different skill. You're playing WoW. That's cool. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, I don't think I have anything. That's a throwback. Cockatrice. I haven't heard that in a long time. I used to use that way back in the day. That's awesome. Super's fun. That was the case in TMNT. 5-color was, you would always force 5-color pizzas or whatever. I don't like 5-color decks very often in limited. I did like 5-color in Dragons. Dragons and Tarkir was a pretty fun format. I liked Edge of Eternities a fair bit. Edge of Eternities is the quick draft right now. Edge of Eternities I quite like, but there are some bombs that if someone there's that 7/5 warp rare, 7/5 warp rare Edge of Eternities. That shit is just busted. That shit. There's some stuff that's like way too good, but that's most draft formats these days. Sadly, there's too many bomb rares. I like, my favorite Magic the Gathering draft formats are core sets. I think Edge is quite good. Now, so one of the draft formats that I changed my mind. You know, sometimes you don't, it doesn't click. You have to like find the right format or deck or whatever. I hated Duskmourn draft on release. And Duskmourn draft is so good. I changed my mind on that eventually. Duskmourn is one of my favorite drafts now. One of my favorite limited sets over the past year or two or whatever. I loved Duskmourn draft. Riddler. It's the Eldrazi 7/5. Yeah, it's cool. How does so many of you know what I'm talking about? That's Eldrazi 7/5 Edge of Eternities MTG. It's that card where when you play, you warp it, you draw a card, and you put down a permanent with CMC like less than 5 or whatever. It's so good. Anti-Caustical Vestige. Yeah, what a weird name for a card. This card is just so disgusting in limited. It's so fucking busted. So we're just waiting for catch event results. So sorry for all the Magic talk, but yeah, this card, and you see it a lot because it's a rare. This card is busted in draft, and you see it a fair bit. You warp it for 4 mana, and it says when this creature leaves the battlefield, you draw a card and you put a permanent with CMC less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield. So you warp this for 4, you draw a card, usually drop like a 5 or a 6 drop, and then you play it again, and then it's a 7/5 creature, and then it's basically, this creature is basically 3 big or medium-sized creatures in one card. It's so good. Yes, the event is over. Yeah. I need to figure out if I'm submitting anything, but this card, I hate seeing this in. That's the only Warped. It's really fun. Warped is really, I really like Warp as a mechanic, honestly. There are certain, I don't like when there's certain cards that like such bombs and limits is just so overpowered. They're not, you know, that's not like RNG losing it, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know if I got anything super special this event. Let me get back to, sorry for the Magic the Gathering talk, back to PokeMMO boys. Also, if you don't play Magic, talking about Magic sounds like a foreign language. It's just so much, dude. Yes, warp mechanics. Me as a PokeMMO player, like, sounds insane. I released so much as I went. I'm pretty proud of myself for that, to be honest. This is all I have left. Which is a good thing. Let's move this here. The gambling begins. Okay, let's move these over here. I have pretty good box space right now, which I'm pretty happy. That's pretty good box space right now for the IronMan account, man. Let's sort this total IV. All right, very average catch event for me. I don't think I got anything super interesting. My highest catch was a 137 Gligar, which ends up being, I think it's a 142. You know, which is that's what you expect on average for events, right? It makes sense. And then my lowest was a 37 plus 5, was like a 42 or whatever. So very average event for me. I'm happy to get myself some breeders. I think I ended up with, let's see how many 1x31s and, you know, breeders we ended up with. That's what's important on the IronMan accounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breeders. Pretty happy with that. We'll go ahead and take my wins on that. Honestly, it's good because I don't have to dedicate too much PC space as well. Good luck to anybody. I'll see you guys with catch event results here in 2 minutes or 2 to 10 minutes.